Well, once again, it's on. Welcome to Outlaw Radio on a Monday night. It's Outlaw Radio Live, post-Easter edition. Happy Easter, if you're into that kind of thing. Some people are believers, some people are not. I was raised in the church, so I know the significance of Easter. How y'all doing out there? My name is Kevin Barnes. I am the host of Outlaw Radio, a militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, certified professional life coach, Negro Whisperer, and all that jazz, man. Happy to be here once again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Outlaw Radio is on the air. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on my personal Facebook page, and you can catch us on the Outlaw Radio Facebook page. People always ask me, how do I see the show? How do I see the show? There's a multitude of ways you can actually see the show, but all I ask is that you share the show. So this is a foundational Black American platform. People ask me all the time, hey, man, you got a podcast. What do you talk about? I say black people shit. They say, what is black people shit? So if you listen to the show, you'll soon discover that we just discuss issues and topics that are pertinent to Black America, foundational Black Americans, if you will. FBA in the most unified, distinguished way. I do not believe in that the delineation movement is divisive. I don't think that it's bad for us to self-identify. As a matter of fact, I think it's necessary. But welcome to the show. I got one of my co-hosts with me here tonight, rocking on time. I got the fact checker himself, Ian C. Jordan. Mr. Jordan, what it do this evening, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Obviously happy to be here. I just looking at everything going on in our our America. Wild shit, man. It's wild shit. And I was gonna tell you too. I tagged you earlier, but I know you was doing your thing. But the T-Boz thing, that is wild work. People still chiming in, huh?
You mean Chili?
Oh yeah, man. T-Boz, yeah, she ain't flipped off Chili. Thank you. Yeah, I posted that shit like 4 days ago, man. It got like 100 shares. It got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments, and that was from just my regular Facebook page. I tagged you in it, but I know I tagged you when you were at work, I'm assuming. So yeah, bro. People got feelings on that one, man. And yeah, it's a lot of feelings on that one. Yeah.
Ace Cooley in the chat room, what it do? I meant to tell y'all there's a phone number attached to the show. It's 262-202-5131. It's on the screen in big print today. So people won't say, what, how do I get in? How do I call in? Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We always welcome donations. You can call in and be a part of the conversation, or you can just stay in the chat room and remain anonymous, such as a lot of people. They don't want their voices heard, I guess. I don't know. It's about anonymity. No, as far as Chili goes, my personal thing is, for a while, Chili has been, I guess, walking in her own path. I know she had a dating show at one point. She wanted a white man, a white farmer, and she's actually with the boy who used to be like a teen idol, Joey Lawrence. Like that's her fiance right now. So I always call a person like her a bed wench, fair or unfairly, right? And the fact that she donated to Trump's campaign, and she said she did it on accident. She's also dealing with a lot of blowback from, I guess she reposted some negativity about Michelle Obama, and black people don't play when it comes to Michelle Obama. So, especially black women. So, hey, take the heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is part of being a celebrity. You're on Front Street. Either you with us or you're against us. And so a lot of celebrities have faced heat for their support of Trump, but a lot of them who are in a different tax bracket are open about the fact that they support Trump. I mean, you look at a Snoop, you look at a Ludacris, you look at I think even 50 Cent is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, he's starting to go down that road too. Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's about and with a lot of black people, I think it's about Trump's tax policies, because wealthy people don't bear the same burden as poor people. when it
No,
comes to taxes.
no.
And so, and just eat it up, take it, Chili. I mean, I think the thing about it is TLC without Left Eye is non-existent. So they're you see a lot of those old '90s girl groups like SWV and Salt
Yep.
and Pepper and In Vogue and all these sisters are still touring.
Yeah.
They're still able to get out, escape. They're still out here. They're still visible. TLC is not. Without Left Eye, rest in peace. And
Hmm.
also, they haven't put. There's no material. There's no.
Nothing.
They haven't added anything. You live off. How long can you live off Scrub? Right? Like I don't. I
I
don't.
wanna scrap.
Right. Like nobody's. That's not on a lot of people's playlists. Nobody's asking for her and T-Boss to tour. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying. Like they don't have. It's one thing to be a celebrity, but once that celebrity shine is gone, then they become regular people who are remembered for something. And a lot of times it's just a memory. So, I guess their record deal wasn't the best in terms of its business term. So I don't
No.
even know how much money she, is able to get nowadays from the streaming or royalties from their music. So maybe getting with that white boy is beneficial for her because I think he still probably has money. So I don't know, and I don't want to kick her while she's down because she's definitely down. People are really the internet, man. People go hard on your ass on the internet,
They
especially
be going hard in the paint, Kev. Like,
yeah,
damn, I was reading some of that shit. I'm like, oh wow.
yeah, yeah. Them
Yeah.
comments be crazy, man. Them
Yeah.
comments are
Yeah.
crazy, and celebrities who just blow it off and keep it moving are the ones that are strong minded. But some of them, I mean, a lot of being a celebrity is like so. It's mostly ego because people just pump up your ego, and you start to
Mhm.
believe you are this blessed, gifted phenomena of cult of personality. And then once that fame is gone, you pull the curtain back on the wizard, and it's just Richard Pryor behind the curtain, right? Like so. So celebrity. That's why growing up, I wanted. We all want to be famous growing up, but as an adult, I said, you know what? I don't want to be a celebrity. I enjoy my anonymity. I enjoy being able to move, discreetly as I want to, without people jumping all up in my face everywhere I go and watching every single thing I do. So people say it's ironic that you do this podcasting thing, but I don't do this to be a celebrity. So I think our mission with Outlaw Radio is to inform.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Just to bring information to people to say, here, did you know about this? If you didn't know, here it is. If you didn't understand what this is, you knew about it, but you didn't understand it. Here's a little bit more for you to dig into. So here's a caveat. So it's more about information than it is about being a celebrity because I wouldn't be a very good celebrity because you'd often see me cursing people out. And I'm not a politically correct individual, so I'd probably
No.
be canceled very quickly. Um, but yeah,
8
man,
million.
you said 8 million.
8 million. She said 8 million.
Who was that? Chili?
Chili. I'm not
Yeah.
laughing at it. I'm just like everything you just kind of said and kind of tied it in. Like, yeah, man. I mean, for $8 million, am I gonna really not the whole Trump thing? Because honestly, at the end of the day, I'm be honest with you, I don't even give a shit if you vote for Trump. If you are supporting the bullshit going on, is what I'm kind of like, really like, all right, that's odd. Because if you voted for him because you thought he was gonna do what he said he was gonna do, I mean, I guess, especially if you were kind of uninformed a little bit, you know what I mean? If that's that's okay. But now, I mean, retweeting pictures of Obama, President Obama, and First Lady Michelle Obama being depicted as apes in The Lion King. When, by the way, a lot of people don't realize this, there were no apes in The Lion King movie. So there was no reason to put that in there except as a slur against them. A lot of people they weren't talking about that. There were no apes in The Lion King, just for the record. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your doctor? What it do, man? How you doing this evening?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How y'all doing?
Man,
We
we
are
good,
great,
man.
man. Welcome
Hey,
aboard. It's Outlaw Radio Live, man. The Monday night edition to get this thing started, man. How was your
right.
weekend?
It was good. It was good, man. I'm actually just getting back from Green Bay. I went up there to the courthouse to get my paperwork to get this pardon started.
Okay,
Oh,
Oh
that's what's
yeah,
up.
man.
That's
Oh
what's
yeah.
that's
up.
what's up.
They owe it to me. They owe it to me, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. I've been good. I've been law abiding. You know what I'm saying. I've been doing good things around the community and shit. You know what I'm saying. They owe it to a player,
Right, man.
man.
Um, and Ian was referencing people's support for Trump and this whole thing that he did yesterday morning, where I guess this was a tweet where he came out
Don't read that.
just dropping f bombs like "open the fucking straits" and we're gonna do all this kind of stuff. And people are calling for his cabinet to initiate the 25th Amendment,
Yeah, yeah.
which is basically removing him from office. It's not going to happen.
No, no.
It's not going to happen. But it
If they
is. It
ain't
is.
removed him from office already, it ain't gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah.
He
right.
just gotta
That's what
wait
I'm
his
saying.
time out.
Well, I want to ask you, brothers, man. Y'all familiar with Mike Tyson, obviously. Do you remember when he was getting interviewed by Jim Gray and he was snapping? He was like, some, I'll rip his heart out and I'll eat his kids. Word be to Allah. And he walked off.
Right. Right.
That's kind of the intensity of Trump's tweet. He said, all praises due to Allah at the
Right.
end of it, after he said he was going to kill them. I'm like, oh my
Said you're gonna
Lord.
be living in hell if you don't open them straits up. The crazy things he's talking about the Straits of Hormuz, I believe, but it's closed
Yes.
because of the military action in the region.
And last week he said something completely different. His initial take on the strait was, we don't give a shit about the strait. We don't need it because we produce so much oil, so you can go and do business with us. But when you are an isolationist, and this is historical, like this is why a lot of Trump supporters, I don't think they understand history. People that are or countries that are isolationists are isolated. No one does business with you. So you can have all the oil in the world. They're just going to go around you because of something called tariffs and taxes and other things like that. Kevin, Kumar, these people are fucking dumb. And it's really, yeah, it's really like really airing itself. They're stupid, dude. I've never seen anything quite like this. No.
This is Ace in the chat room. He says, ain't no one talking about how we getting our asses handed to us over in Iran. Way to go, Mr. No More Wars.
Exactly.
Everybody get their ass handed to him, Iran. Ain't nobody beat Iran.
I mean, I don't know the statistics on, I don't know who's, I guess, quote unquote, winning or losing. So, but the thing with what Ian was talking about is, okay, if you voted for Trump, you voted for Trump. I think the issue now is that you won't denounce the actions that he's taken as president. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was for a while, like people who wouldn't admit that he's a white nationalist or a racist. And then with all of the Epstein things and all of the felonies he's been convicted of, people who support him tend to tap dance when you ask them, just to establish a little accountability on, like, okay, well, what about this or what about that? You can't really get them to admit they made a mistake. If you voted for Trump, you made a mistake. You were misguided. You were misinformed. I mean, and it's time for them to start admitting that.
Bamboozled, hoodwinked.
So we can fix this in the next election. Erica Hunt says, "What's up, Outlaws? How you doing, Erica?" She said, Trump didn't have my support because he's plain evil. Well, a lot of people feel that way. What is this? This is Jaku Hill. How you doing? He says, the way you blacks pick and choose, y'all let handle all is special. I'm sorry.
What the fuck did he just talk?
Jaku, you got me a little twisted at the end of that statement. It started out good, but at the
I'm
end,
sorry, I shouldn't. The way you blacks pick and choose, which devil y'all good? The way you blacks pick and choose, y'all let handle you all is special.
Hey, y'all know what he trying. Y'all can dig what he trying to say, right? The way you blacks allow people to handle y'all is special.
Is that what he's saying? With the way we allow?
It sounds like that's, you know how computer do that
I don't
bullshit.
know. I don't
No,
know
I'm
this.
just playing. Yeah.
I don't want to. I
I
don't
don't.
want
I
to
don't
talk
know
like I
why
know the
anybody
brother.
would
Listen,
think. I
I
don't know
know the
why
brother. I
anybody
don't
would
want.
think that we as black people have allowed anybody to handle us a certain way. We have been handled. It's
Well,
not a situation where we allow anything. It's
well,
happened.
he may be talking about the people who voted for Trump.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
If you
Good
still
point.
You see
listening,
what
my
I'm
brother,
saying? He may be
please.
talking about the black because y'all was talking about black people who voted for Trump.
I was talking about
Yeah.
people in general. It wasn't even specified to just black people.
Oh yeah.
I was talking
Oh well,
about Trump supporters
this was
anyway.
black radio. I just figured we was talking about black people.
I'm talking about people in
People
general.
jump to that anyway,
I'm
Kamar.
gonna
You
get
ain't
out the
wrong.
conversation because I must got it completely wrong. I'm gonna back out.
I ain't gonna say you got it completely wrong. I ain't gonna lie. That people do go to the black people supporting Trump, and that's the very next point. Kind of to add what he just said. That was in my comments too.
Because
People was
black
like,
people,
yeah.
hey, listen, black people do allow people to treat them fucked.
I don't know. Once again, I don't know that we allow people to treat us a certain way. Like when you say allow, I guess that's the pivotal word for me. I don't know that we have allowed things. Things they've happened. I mean, any resistance we've put up has been squashed, and so you've murdered our leaders. You've underserved our community. You've legally. There's a lot of legal basis to racism and discrimination in this country. As a matter of fact, this is one of the issues that when we look at why there's a need for reparations, is because for a long time this is a country that legally allowed these things to exist and they did not stop it when they could have. Okay, so
Hey,
at one point slavery was actually legal. It was a norm, it was a practice. It was Jim Crowism. Those A lot of those laws and the black codes in the South during the 40s, 50s, 60s, they were legal. Lynching was legal. Like these are things that were ingratiated into the American justice system to let these things go. Discrimination, work in the workplace. Look at the redlining and stuff like that. That was legal. So it's not about letting it happen, it's the way the system flowed.
is not voting allowing people to treat you any kind of way?
You said not voting?
Like, so if I don't vote for nobody, that's pretty much allowing people to treat you any kind of way.
I don't know if you're allowing it, but you ain't resisting.
So it's like, because if you ain't voting, it's like, oh well, whatever happens, happens.
I think most people who vote though would disagree with you that that's the way they feel.
That's why I said the people who ain't voting.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't vote is allowing whatever to happen.
People who don't vote though, if you talk to them, they're not enablers for racism. They don't feel they are. My point is,
I'm not talking about that.
no, I'm saying people who don't vote, if you went to them, because that's what we say to them all the time. If you're not voting, you're allowing this system to go on with no resistance. That's what we say as people who feel like they need to be proactive in terms of voting.
I'm equating that to what the brother said about how black people allow people to treat them any kind of way. I'm saying if you vote, you allowing people to treat you any kind of way.
Well, you had to be talking to the black people who don't vote. So I think
exactly. That's what we did. God damn it! I just said the black people that don't vote.
Right, but I'm talking about his statement. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about his statement.
Me too.
What he said. I didn't say Kamar. I said I'm trying
to help make it make sense.
So what I said was he would have to specify who lets us be treated. Who is it that is allowing us to be treated? Who is he talking about? So that's what I'm saying. It didn't have anything to do with your perspective.
I understand
you didn't
that,
make a statement.
but it's us here talking, discussing it. That's what the podcast is about, and that's why we read the comments.
Still his statement, though. It's still his statement. So he has to give the clarity for it. Like I love Bill. I don't understand what he's asking. Which devil are we good with?
Well, then why y'all giggle and laugh, wondering what is he talking about? Why did y'all say that? I'm just trying to help y'all out.
I think the initial funny part was how the statement was typed. Exactly. We didn't know what the fuck he meant because the statement kind of went off the rails at the end.
I was trying to help clarify what maybe have been said. I wasn't saying nobody was wrong.
You're attempting to give clarity to something somebody else said, which is impossible. He has to provide that clarity. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's grateful. Well, so much for that, right?
No, he was talking about the Republican and Democrat part.
I don't know. I wanted him to straighten it out. I don't know. Kamar was trying to explain it. I don't know.
Kamar was trying to help him, but
I guess he got frustrated and tapped out. It is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Erica said beating your wife was legal, and she said she agreed with Kamar. So, well, he's not here.
Rule of thumb. That's where that comes from. Anything that's below the thumb, you can beat your wife with.
Well, once again, there's a lot of things that are legal. I don't know if do you allow things to happen because they're legal and it's part of the system. I don't like you. I feel like you passing blame. Like to say, well, you blacks, y'all allow people to mistreat y'all. First of all, that's a blanket statement because you're saying all black people allow themselves to be mistreated. There are a lot of people who fight with everything that they actually have to not be mistreated.
Slavery was a choice.
According to Kanye West, it was.
Yeah, remember when he said that? I kind of was like, my head just tilted. Like, okay, I
don't believe it was a choice. If a child is born into a home where mom and dad are enslaved, and the grandparents were enslaved, and the great great grandparents were slaves, is that child choosing to be a slave? I don't see. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, when you say anything, clarity is required, and sometimes if you say it, you have to be the one to clear it up. I can't say something on here and have faith that somebody who's not me can clear it up. I'd rather clear up my own statements. See what I'm saying? But that statement that Jaku Hill put up, I laughed because of how it was written. That was the initial, what is he talking about? That's where the what is he talking about came from. Everything else as far as what he meant came after that. So, and Ace Cooley said, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? So he's the one. So I don't know. I don't know why I don't know why Kamar got a little hot under the collar. It is what it is, man. It's Outlaw Radio, right? You feel how you feel. Y'all can hit the line 262-202-5131. It was Easter Sunday, like I said, so a lot of people were out attending church. It's one of those holidays with a rabbit that lays eggs. And so you put the what they call it, the greeting card people. You put that twist on it. Where it's candy involved and people get dressed up and go to church and it's pageantry involved and there's all kinds of things. There's the whole deal of it is it's supposed to be a recognition of the day that Jesus Christ rose from his grave after being crucified. That is the significance of Easter. That's why they call it Resurrection Sunday. So I don't know if a lot of people know what the whole basis of it is. It's like Christmas. People forget Christmas is to recognize the birth of Jesus Christ, right? Easter is about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, him after being crucified, ascending back to heaven to be with his Father, who is God, right? So if you didn't know what Easter is about, that's what it was about, right? Like, I don't know if you think it's all about dressing up or chocolate bunnies. I did research on why the rabbit was significant when it came to Easter, and people started to talk about rabbits were a symbol of what is it when you're having kids, you are able to have kids, you are fertile. Rabbits were fertility. Rabbits were a symbol of fertility. That's what I was told. So I never, because I'm like, first of all, and then I started to say, well, rabbits don't actually lay eggs. So I never was able to. I guess the egg has a symbolism as well. I don't know where all of that came in. People tend to throw everything on holidays. Like it just pow, it just comes in. And you look around and you say, well, this ain't even what the holiday is about. Just like St. Patrick's Day is about basically them running pygmies out of Ireland. Where does the leprechaun come from?
Is that Scottish? Whole origin of the leprechaun.
I get that he is a symbol of lore, but I'm just saying, like, it's funny how it transforms from the celebration of a saint who led the conquest to run these invaders out of the land to a little dude with a pot of gold and a rainbow. Like, holidays tend to put twists on the meanings. I mean, these things put twists on the meanings.
The leprechaun originates from Ireland. He's rooted in Celtic folklore and Irish mythology. These figures are believed to have evolved from water spirits or legends about something I can't pronounce because I went to public schools. But anyway, yes, they're mischievous and they are diminutive cobblers in Irish tradition. And Kevin, you're highly educated, and I know this. Tell me, what the fuck is a diminutive cobbler? Just what you think it might be.
A little dude who I don't know. Who
said a little dude, whatever. Yeah.
are we saying cobbler like a person who like works on shoes? I guess that isn't that.
Yeah, it says a diminutive, yeah, a diminutive cobbler.
Yeah, okay.
I just think of cobbler and think of Thanksgiving and peach cobbler. That shit great.
Shout out to George Terry. He said Hallmark. That's what I'm talking about. Hallmark cards. The Hallmark makes $1 billion off of sentiments that they put
do very well.
Right.
Yes.
So what does the diminutive cobbler got to do with, St. Patrick, who was a religious leader who once again ran the pygmies, a pygmy tribe of Africans out of Ireland. That's why I say kiss me, I'm Irish if you black, because there's a lot of talk that there were African occupancy of Ireland. There was pygmies, that there was a tribe that occupied Africa. So a lot of people, maybe that's the significance between him being diminutive and pygmy. Pygmy people are shorter people, right? Like, I don't know if they're little people, but they are. Mikey Davis, what it do, homie? How you doing, man? What's good with you, man? He said, what up, fellas? What's going on? What's going on? Ace says, okay, it sounds like it sounds like a very educationally smoked out high conversation tonight. Are you high? I don't know. If you're high, I guess. If you say, you know what? I never knew what a diminutive cobbler was. If you are. If you smoke up, man. Sip up. Do whatever it is.
That little green nigga be on some shit, cup.
Right. Let me look up Hallmark for me, right? Like,
Hallmark.
All right. We also had a murder here in a bar / club. Rest in peace to the brother. A 40-year-old was murdered. It was on 64th and Fond du Lac. I believe it was Fremo's, which is a bar I've been in before. And now they're saying this 40-year-old was allegedly murdered by a 50-year-old.
What?
So, yeah. So I don't know what kind of conflict happened. If this happened inside the bar, I think then that's pretty much another spot that we can mark as closed. But this is a problem that we have in the nightlife in Milwaukee, where people get murdered in clubs and bars or either outside. And so I don't know how this brother got in with the firearm, or if it was a brother. I don't even know. I just know what I'm seeing on social media. But yeah, so that happened. It was violence in Milwaukee. Violence is, as we say, it's like apple pie, according to Brother Malcolm, right? Like, so it just don't stop in this city, man.
No, not at all.
It doesn't stop, man. Prayers up for all the people who are losing loved ones to the gun violence. And as a guy who really loves firearms, I hate it because it puts more of a black eye on the ability to legally own a firearm. Because you have people who are irresponsible with them.
Yes.
So, I hate to see that, man. I hate to see a father lose his life, mother lose her life, or, we had some egregious murders already this year. Crazy, nasty, just gruesome murders. Mother's being stabbed 100 times. Found stabbed to death in the home over 100 times. You had the brother who was shot 31 times, and his child's mother shot 8 times by one individual. You had somebody being shot and then run over with a car. Like, the violence is ugly in this city.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out to our Democratic mayor for his lack of a plan, right? To really address any of the violence. Like, and once again, I don't believe that he or his cabinet or anybody for that matter can come up with a policy that will stop violence overnight.
No, not at all.
No,
nothing you can do. Yeah.
So I wouldn't blame him for that, but I do believe that if you attack poverty, the violence will decrease. I believe the less poor people you have involved, people who are starving, people who are fighting for limited resources, I believe the amount of violence or the occurrences will go down. So, but that's just my theory, right? And I'm not obviously I don't know everything and I can't solve every problem, especially every problem that the foundational Black American community has. But violence is definitely one of them. But yeah, man. So rest in peace to that brother, man. Um, I'll tell you what was funny that I saw this weekend, and y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. Trick Daddy is in the news because Trick Daddy, I guess, was hired by the AKA sorority to perform at some sort of event.
Yeah.
Now, Ian, when you hear the name Trick Daddy, we all know Trick Daddy's music, and we've watched him over the years with his crazy. What did he come up with on the Breakfast Club? He came up with the Eat a Booty Gang. Like this dude is left of the line in a lot of his opinions.
Yeah.
So when you hear his name, what do you think of?
I think, hey, I spit fire out the AK. I spit fire out the AK. And my other thing I think of, one of my favorite songs ever, America. That is a great song because everything they say in there is so true. But it just, remember, I forgot which album that was on, one of his later albums, so it wasn't as popular. It was like on some soundtrack. But yeah, okay, man, that's what I think of when I think of Trick Daddy and his cooking show now.
Okay, and I believe it's called "Bitch I Got My Pots."
Yeah, some shit like that. He a fool, bro. Something wrong with
that. So my question to the leadership of the AKA, and if you're not familiar with sororities and Divine Nine, AKA is one of the largest, and most popular Black sororities for sisters. Very, very popular, very well known, very accomplished. Yes. A lot of intelligent, strong, progressive Black women are members of the AKA sorority, correct?
Yes.
So I don't know who made this decision. I guess their regional president or regional director of some sort. I don't know the correct terminology of her title, but I guess she must have made this decision. And to me, whoever was there and didn't inform her, whoever was there who didn't say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. You want who to do this? Mm-hmm. Now the controversy came because I guess there were some elderly members there, some women who are 50, 50 and up. Trick Daddy came out and did his normal selection of songs.
Are you serious? He did that?
Yeah, one of his most famous songs, I guess, is called "Jump on the Dick." I guess I'm not a Trick Daddy. I'm not a Trick Daddy fan or supporter like that, right?
I don't know nothing.
Well, I know that song, Nairn, and I know a couple of other songs he's made, but I've never really been into Trick Daddy's. Like, I've never really been that much on his catalog.
No.
I guess the one thing he came out and he said, if you want your motherfucking pussy, hey, throw your hands in the air. And so a lot of women, they started to leave, right? They started to walk out. Eventually, I think his show was cut short. So they pull a plug on the show, right? So.
Yeah, my cousin, she AKA, she has some strong opinions about that shit. Actually, she was like, "Who the fuck let this motherfucker perform?"
I still don't know. I still don't understand the decision that was made. That, for women, especially for a women's function, to say, "Hey, y'all know who we should get? Let's get Trick Daddy." And then
they just got too short. If you gonna do that,
why not? And then
he would have actually put together a show for that audience. He's a professional at a high level. He literally would not have come out and did y'all bitch. He did Blow the Whistle and a few other songs. Like, that would have made more sense to have like Too Short. If you want,
I don't know if Too Short would have reached to the bottom of his catalog.
He would not have.
But I think he is synonymous for one word. What's my favorite word? Right? Like, and so and Trick Daddy, he responded because they said we gave him a playlist and we asked him to be respectful before he performed. But I'm like, okay, well, That was dumb. That was counterproductive because a playlist. Now he's upset. He's come out and been real vocal saying, "You don't give me a playlist. You know who I am. My name is
Oh,
Trick Daddy Dollars is his name. So you know what he's going to talk about. You know his subject matter." I just thought it was funny. Shout out to Ruben Anderson. What up, Ruben? How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Ruben.
We just were talking about the violence in the city, Ruben. I think you might have tapped in. I don't know when you tapped in, but so my question then became, okay, we know because nowadays the women have come and kind of stepped to the forefront of rap, and we have what we call was
Okay.
it whorehouse rap,
Yeah.
right? Like we have the women who now are very sexually forward,
Charged.
right? And so their subject matter a lot of time is really sexual. Now here's a big difference between men and women. If you invited, let's see who's the nastiest. So somebody like Sexy Red. If you were having a fraternity get together, I don't know what's so the Kappas or something like that. I don't know. If they were getting together and they said, y'all know what, we should invite Sexy Red. And Sexy Red came out, and this is in the same vein of what Trick Daddy did. If Sexy Red came out and said, anybody who want their penis sucked, throw your hands in the air. And she did her booty. Oh my God. She did her Booty Hole Brown song,
Oh
or
my
whatever the name of
God.
the song is. I don't think the men would have walked out. I think the men would have turned up a little bit, like good or bad, indifferent. I think so. When I look at the women who are offended by Trick Daddy, first of all, why did you invite him? But secondly, why does that offend you? Right? Like if he said, if you want your whatever eight, why were they offended? I like for women, I know there's women who listen to Outlaw Radio. Y'all tell me, why was that offensive? And should they have been offended? Or should they just have partied? Like it is what it is, right? Like, because I see a lot of women in clubs, and you used to go to the club, the most vile song plays and they dance, and you say, how can you dance to this? And they say, he ain't talking about me. So what made these women take it so personal is what I guess was the point. So I don't know. Trick Daddy Dollars. Let me go to the chat room. Ewok in the chat room. What to do, Ewok? Dion said, good evening, gentlemen. How you doing, my brother? He said, I'm in this motherfucker. This is Dion. Said, I'm in this motherfucker. Right.
I like it.
Right. I feel like the standards for so long has been double standards where men have been able to be overtly sexual and misogynistic, especially with our music. And we've always kind of side-eyed women when they become what we call sex positive and really became aggressive about their sexuality or expressive, I should say, not aggressive. I think that's changed. I don't think it's any kind of shocker when you see women now come out and just talk about sexuality and what they want and what they want from men. So I don't know if these women are up to date, that the scales have kind of balanced out a little bit. In my opinion, I don't know if they, if everybody feels the same way, but every female rapper who I listen to now says the same things. They're always talking about, sexual matters. And that's what, this is what makes them pop. Like I was listening to Rock the Bells this morning. If you don't listen to Rock the Bells on Satellite Radio, it's the retro hip hop channel. And there's a female artist from the 90s named Bahamadia. And if you remember Bahamadia, she got a lot of credit back in the days for being lyrical. I didn't see her really trying to appeal to a lot of brothers because a lot of us weren't into her look. But she's nowhere near as celebrated as Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was celebrated from day one because she was over the top sexual. Same thing with Trina. Trick Daddies, people look up to Trina and this and that. And I say, have they ever taken the time to listen to the lyrics of You Don't Know Nair? Right? Like, so it's like we've in hip hop, the sexual women, the women who are overtly sexual have always been celebrated. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. Megan been twerking now for 12 years. Yeah. Megan twerked for the Democrats, right? Like Megan Thee Stallion twerks so much that I rarely see her face. You rarely see her face. You can see a video of Megan Thee Stallion from behind and know it's her. That's how much she's twerked. You say that's Megan Thee Stallion. And so them putting their sexuality out front is not shocking to me. It's not like, you go, oh, you say, okay, well, it's a new day. This is how we, and I don't judge. You know, it used to be this thing when you say, oh, them hoes, man, look at them hoes. Well, if the man can get credit for being promiscuous, then I think the women should too.
Yep.
You know, I do believe that a woman is and should be held on a higher standard in terms of maintaining her integrity and keeping her body sacred. I do believe women should carry themselves in a better scope than that, and hold themselves to a higher level. But that's me. That's me. I wouldn't want a woman who can say to me she's been with 30 men and her whole life is centered around her shaking her ass and showing off every time we get ready to go somewhere. She ain't got next to no clothes on. Like, that wouldn't be something I like. But there's brothers who that appeals to. Aaron Brown, shout out to A Blast in the chat room. He said a lot of black women hate black men, especially older black men.
Ooh.
Ugh, that's a statement right there.
Oh shit. That's about to get like it was last week.
That's a statement right there. Black women hating black men. Ruben said this is interesting. I do think it's interesting because I think that there's maintenance needed on the nature of the relationship between the black man and the black woman. I think we need to talk. And I think we need to establish some terms. Rules of engagement, if you will. Aaron says, see, we always talk about the boys raised by single women. But what about the women who were raised by single black women? What about the women who were raised by single black women?
Okay. AB on one. Yeah, he's making some very interesting topics tonight. Yeah, that's gonna go a different way. Where you at, Erica Hunt?
All of any woman.
No, I'm saying because she chimes in well after this, not like attacking her. I'm just saying she always has very good perspective on this kind of stuff.
A says, no offense, they can get the D, but you will not get the respect. Is that true? Is that true? If I mean, you know, you hear that conversation about what makes you lose respect for a woman. I don't know. I see men work very, very hard to sleep with women. They spend money, they forsake family and friends, they take trips, they buy cars, jewelry.
I stopped doing that. Yeah.
So but my point is, so then where does it come in where you lose respect for her after she sleeps with you? Like, well, I don't know why that became part of this.
Well, this is my opinion on this. For as of now, 2026, if I have sex with a female, like as of today, you know, I want that to be I want to be in a relationship with her at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when I was young and wilding out, yeah, I was popping chicks. You know what I'm saying? But now, 50 years old, November 21st, kind of like, okay, and you might not want to keep doing this like this.
And you might not want to say popping chicks either. Like, I don't know.
I went 20. I went back in time and they used the same lingo. But yes, you know, having uncharted or no guardrails, uncharted sex, like just randomly having sex with women.
You mean being promiscuous, spreading
promiscuous? That's you again with the school words. Yes, exactly, absolutely correct.
I did say my intention was to inform
and educate because I forgot the word promiscuous.
He says he ain't lying, Kev. Look at the definition of blue leashing. Okay,
shit.
New term. I haven't heard that one.
Well, I've never heard it either, but that sounds interesting to me.
I do hear women say, well, I do see and hear women say things on social media in regards to men and relationships that I think is counterproductive, but it's social media. See, I think one thing we do right now is we give social media so much credit. Like a lot of things that are said on social media are garbage. It's bullshit. It's misinformation. But we say, no, well, that must be true because it was on the internet. So I look at a lot of times people on the internet trying to get attention or trying to get clicks. So a lot of times when I see women say things in regards to men, I say, that's bullshit. I just keep scrolling. I don't take it personal. But I think what you were referencing is as a young man and you out there sowing your royal oats.
Oh
You
yeah.
out there doing what you do, yeah, and I think women are too, to a certain degree. But as
Yes,
we
some
get
of
older,
them.
we get more conservative and we get more prudish, and we say, put that away. Don't say this. Don't say that. I haven't gotten more sensitive as I've gotten older.
No.
I'm more seasoned, in which you got to go a long way to offend me. Like you really have to say some wild shit. And I've been offended before, but you have to, or shock value. The only shock value that I really take in terms of sexual conversation when I see it on the internet is when it comes to homosexual sexual references. Like I've seen gay men on social media saying things, and I've said, "Oh no, this is too much for me. I got to get up out of here." Or women talking about doing things to men like pegging and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much. It's too heavy for me. I gotta back up, right? But it's very hard to offend me. It's like if I'm at that show, that AKA show, if my woman was getting ready to go, I say, wait, and Trick Daddy performing? My thing to her would have been, well, let me show you some of the stuff Trick Daddy has said. Let's look at some of his songs.
Look it
Had
up.
she came home offended, I would have said, why are you offended? It was Trick Daddy. Like why were you offended? I don't understand why you're upset. So it's very crazy. Sexual discussions and matters of sex are still very taboo in this country, which is very, very strange to me. It's still very taboo. Let me go to my chat room. Carrie Walker Jones, how you doing, my sister? She said black men need to protect black women. How can you ask for respect when you are being disrespectful? Older black men tend to be more angry, and ratchety, mainly when they can't attract what they want anymore.
Ooh.
Okay, black men need to protect black women. That's this conversation we got. I find it hard to protect someone who doesn't want to be protected, but that's something we'll discuss as well.
Oh.
Because a lot of times women make statements now. Somebody got Ren 1010 in the background.
Man, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
ass dogs, man. God damn.
I
Them
know.
motherfuckers, shut up!
Okay, we can do
Hold on,
that.
let me mute you real quick.
Okay.
Damn, motherfuckers ain't saying that's why I got on.
What to do, big homie? Atlas Burns. You said you got hoes, bitches, ladies, women. Deal accordingly. He said they ain't all women per se. They're not all women. Well,
No.
they're all women, but are they conducting themselves like you would think a woman does, or what? How does a woman conduct herself, right? Like, so there's a bunch of things here. Aaron Brown said if there was no social media, it would still be a natural and organic selection between men and women. How can I get your number? Hey, can I get your number? I'm sorry. He says, what's the target of black women we need to protect? What is the target of black women we need to protect? I think you need to protect your woman. If you got a woman, I think you need to protect yours.
Yes,
To go around with a cape and think you're gonna protect all women, I think is asinine. You got women who get mad at you now for trying to engage in chivalry. Like I don't need that. I don't need no man to save me. I don't need no man to take care of me. So I think it's you have to have a relationship with the women in your life and protect them as opposed to trying to protect them all. Now I do have Ace and I do have Dion on the phone. Dion is tending to his pooches. Ace, what's on your mind, man?
No, I'm good now. I don't know what's wrong with the motherfucker. What's going on there, man? I'm just sitting here listening, man. It was funny because I used to get that feeling that the black women hated us sometime, man. And it's crazy because I was just watching something on social media where basically it was some black women that was conspiring against black men with some like some KKK style motherfuckers. Basically under some control type shit.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it basically goes down to where they're talking about they want to control. We out of control. They can't control us. So that's where I got that term blue leashing from. If they can't control us, it ain't about us doing anything to them. They need these motherfuckers to make us listen by force. The blue leashing from the police style of discipline because we ain't doing what they want us to do. But truthfully speaking, this comes from basically the consequences from back during the slavery day. You know what I'm saying? That's been going on for years. And that's just something that's not talked about.
So
Wait,
should
could you
somebody
explain what you mean by the dead winches? Huh? Go ahead, Ken.
I was
No, I
just
want
asking.
you to explain a little
I
bit.
was asking a question. Should somebody like Trick Daddy have been? Should he have censored himself? Should he have just said, you know what? It's a bunch of ladies out here. I'm not going to do. What's the name of the song he has? Jump on the dick, throw the dick, something like that. I don't know what Trick Daddy did.
Man, listen. They know Trick Daddy. You know what you getting. Come on, man. Really? You can't really get mad at that. I mean, you can, but no, that means you shop your product before you bring it in. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy is a Miami rapper. He a Miami booty rapper, kind of. You know, he ain't too far from Luke. Shit.
Right.
He used to be with Luke. He used to be on Slip and Slide Records. Yeah, he definitely with Luke.
Oh, really? I know that.
Well, I think the Miami
Luke had Skywalker Records. Yeah.
Right. He didn't have Slip and Slide.
Skywalker.
He had Skywalker.
I mean, not Slip and Slide.
But most Miami rappers have, you know, if you go all the way back to the ones who've achieved notoriety, they are, you know, ones who are on that kind of topic. Look at the young Miami and the City Girls, and I mean this is what they, you know, the booty rap is Miami. That's what their claim to fame has been. It's like Compton rappers have been gangster rappers. So hold on, let me go to my chat room. I don't know what this is. That's got to be
keep it real. Why you doing that? I just think we all go through that sexual phase, as women would say, a hoe phase. You know what I'm saying? And some of us is, you know, I mean, sexuality ain't a bad thing, man. No. But here's the thing: if you use it could be, you know, not taken seriously. If that makes sense.
Kerry Walker Jones said, men don't have to know if you are a hoe or a bitch. They attack anyways. She said, protecting your women in your life. She said, protecting your women in your life.
Like a hoe or a bitch, we're going to treat you like a hoe or a bitch.
Protecting your women in your life is a good start, she said. Erica Hunt said, right, protect your woman from womb to the grave. And Aaron Brown is laughing, right? He's just cracking up. So, Erica said, right, how do you buy a ticket to a Trick Daddy show? Well, know where you're going. Like if you're buying a ticket to it, ain't nothing wrong with it, but you know,
no, not at all. He wasn't on Luke's record label, by the way. I'm looking that up. I guess there was a discrepancy. Yeah, there was a discrepancy.
Crazy thing up at you. All these motherfuckers was back in the day, back in the 90s. They was jamming to I Wanna Rock, shaking their ass. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Something that's even funnier, though. They're saying Luke and Fat Joe, I guess they had a dispute about who discovered Trick Daddy and Pitbull, because, you know, they both went down there. Okay, I do remember that vaguely. Okay, so I guess that's where I kind of put that together. Okay.
Yeah, once again, we talk about respect, right? So
yeah,
if you see a woman dancing to you know, some old school Luke, you know, Doo-Doo Brown, whatever it is, that doesn't mean she's to be disrespected. It's that thing where I say,
no.
When we see women, a woman should be allowed to dress however she wants to without being disrespected. You can't just automatically assume if you see a woman who has on
I don't agree with that. I disagree with that one.
Let me finish. It's fine to disagree. Just let me finish my statement.
Okay.
Just because a woman is dressed a certain way doesn't give you a right to disrespect her. It's just like if I'm dressed a certain way, you don't give you the right to disrespect me. Right? Like, so if we dressing like we dress in the hood, it don't get a police a right just because, okay, he dressed like a thug, I'm gonna go hit him upside his head with a nightstick, or I'm gonna go harass him. We say that's because I'm dressed like this. So I don't think I think men, a lot of times, we do over sexualize in terms of when you see a woman dressed a certain way, it's your perception. It's you who says, oh, she got this showing or she got that showing. I think it's men who do that. I don't think women should be held hostage by that. She should be able to dress however she wants. She should understand time and place, though. So she should know.
Okay.
If I wear this,
it's presentation.
It's sending a certain message to people. So she should understand she's gonna have to go in there and be ready to fight off some freaky Jasons who can't get over the fact that she's showing cleavage or that she got on something tight. But I don't think I don't think women should be treated disrespectfully because of how they're dressed.
But I'm gonna be 100, Kev. I mean, what you think? I mean, you going into a situation, you have dressed. I mean, you gonna be honest. Men can be over a lot of tests over sexualized too, basically. You know what I'm saying? They know what they doing. They looking for the attention. How you gonna get mad when you get it?
Well, you don't.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Well, there's a such thing as the wrong kind of attention. You don't want a woman. You shouldn't just be able to walk up to her and fondle her in public just because of what she's wearing.
No,
that's not the right kind of attention.
Touching is a different situation. That touching is a wrong type. It's a different. That's almost like why men like women getting mad or because a motherfucker, they dudes don't want them to dress go out dressed a certain kind of way. It's because the very thing we talking about. You don't want the woman to be looked at as, inappropriate or hoe. You know what I'm saying? Not only that can cause drama between me and another brother. You know what I'm saying? We're men.
Well, you don't want to go out and get your ass whooped because you steadily trying to defend her. Like I said, you have to protect your woman. So you don't want to get your ass.
Yeah, I've seen that myself.
My niggas get Molly walking, King Kong skunk.
Right, because you're trying to defend her. I don't want to have to keep going and say, hey man, it's my woman. Man, don't disrespect my woman. Like I want her to. I feel like there should be some established parameters between men and women, especially if we're in a relationship when we go out. It's like if I'm swole or if I got a 6-pack and I'm walking around in the store with my shirt open and I'm women looking.
Or you got the gray sweats on and that motherfucker, no homo. You know what the women
right, yeah.
But
so if I'm doing anything to bring attention to myself that will have to cause my woman to step in and say, excuse me, I'm with him, don't disrespect me. And then she get her ass whooped, right? Like nobody. We should have boundaries, man, and we should conduct ourselves accordingly. I believe in time and place. Now in the chat room, I see Sharina Lynette. She said, "Hello, Outlaws. How you doing, Sharina?" Aaron Brown said, "You buy a ticket because he's a hip hop vet." Yeah, I wouldn't buy a ticket for. I don't see, He said, "Stop."
I like Trick Daddy. I rock out to him. I mean, it's just music to me.
He said, "Stop hating on Brownie Face."
I like
dude.
the old Trick Daddy.
Brownie Face.
Brownie Face dude, Aaron called him.
www.thug.com.
He said, Sharina said she used to love the old Trick Daddy as well. Atlas says, yes, they are female, but as far as actions, it's like bitches, hoes, ladies, and then women. Protect them all. I don't know that you can protect them all. Once again, I think you have to first of all, mind your business is the golden rule. Because a lot of times if you want to put the cape on, you might run up on a situation you wasn't ready for. So, and we've told stories here on the show I told a story about us witnessing a man, I guess, I don't know if he's a pimp or what, he was slapping his girl around and, my cousin decided he wanted to intervene and sooner or later, hey, it was pistol play. He came right out with the gun. And I'm like, yo, now my brother and my cousin really wanted to do some things. And I'm like, well, technically we was in his business. So it would be stupid for us to go back and do something to him when we were in his business. And, it's that battered women syndrome where a man beats a woman, you go jump on him and tear his ass out the frame, and then she's back with him. So that's what I say. Just for the you have to mind your business.
I've seen that too.
It happened to me. I had to jump on I jumped on one of my sister's dudes, man, because he was beating her up. I get over there, motherfuckers they jumped me. What the fuck?
Yeah. So
he jumped on my back.
So you got to.
They will wear your ass out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I learned that a long time ago. Well, my mama, she used to fuck with a lot of toxic ass niggas, and man, we used to beat the mud out them niggas, and she'd be letting them back in the house. I was like, hell no. I was like, I see a motherfucker slap the taste out my mama's mouth, and I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just from the strength, like we really, you know what I'm saying, could have went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like we beating these dudes till they eyes roll in the back of their head down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then she letting the nigga back in the house the same night. Like, hold on, we just almost committed a 187 on this nigga. You got him back in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's high. You're going to have to fight your own battle.
I think it's a thin
so
line.
you found out like I
You
did.
got to be very
That
careful.
tally like a motherfucker, boy. I tell you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Aaron says, actually,
when
Trick
I call
Daddy.
for, go ahead.
He said, actually, Trick Daddy was the last of the artists who came from an era of real rap. I've never been a Trick Daddy fan. I mean, he has some songs that I like, but I'm not.
Yeah. America was dope.
That's my favorite song. Buying his whole album.
Yeah,
I
I've
ain't
never
go down
bought
to
a
buy
Trick
his
Daddy
whole
album. Like I'm not.
He did a song with Tupac too. So
I don't. What song was that?
Yeah, he did a song with Tupac.
Yeah, still balling. And it's funny, or straight ball, whatever it is, the one that Swiss did. But what's crazy is I found out, I did a little research, and this is from what I heard.
You better do some research on that, him doing one with Pac.
Like he did it when Pac was alive. It just had never came out.
When Trick Daddy came out.
Yeah, he was, but no, he wasn't. He'd been around long.
By the time he became popular.
I think it was the same year him and John B did that cut together.
Yeah, people forget that Tupac, when he was going through his money issues, Tupac was doing songs for $7,500. Like, but he would do like 10 or 11 songs because he was paying for his court cases and shit, and he needed to pay retainer fees.
I don't know. I can't think of the song he did that Tupac did with Trick Daddy. I know Trick Daddy's popularity did come post Tupac. Like
it did. It did.
You know, he's like a lot of rappers that came along that became popular after Tupac was already gone. But Aaron Brown said, if you don't know who he is, then try to judge him, you bogus. Are you speaking of Trick Daddy? Serena said, women be like, girl, you look good, knowing damn well she looking like a hoe.
That's right. Yeah, still balling. Yeah,
I have to hear it. I've never heard that. Probably because it's Trick Daddy. Trick had the song "I'm a Thug." I thought the video was pretty funny. I think he had a song with T.I. that I used to like too. So I've never really been, he got
off on that one. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I just looked it up, dude. It was a remix that Trick Daddy did. Yeah, Still Balling. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that was on the better days.
She said, y'all took my joke wrong. I was saying how a person go out their way to buy a ticket to a Trick Daddy show and not know what to expect. Problem is, once people have their mind made up, you are what they think you are. Yeah, well, no, I got what you were saying. I'm with that too. Like, why? How you come away offended? Like, who was the person in there saying, "Girl, what he say? Oh, I'm leaving here." Well, did you not know when it said Trick Daddy on the flyer? Like this is what he say? What he call himself? The Eat a Booty Gang. Like, this is the dude who talks about all this kind of stuff. Like, so
what are you doing? What are you doing? Eat a booty gang. Eat a booty gang.
That's what he's always talking about, how much he loves to eat. That's one of Trick Daddy's things. So if you go and see him and he talks about it and you offended, it's like, what was you thinking? She said, this is Carrie Walker. She says, you can't even thwart an advance from a black man with a smile and a polite no thank you. That sets off a barrage of bitches. Does it? Like, if I'm listening, and this is to all the brothers out there, if you with your homeboy and he try to talk to a female and she turns him down and he go into bitch and this and that, you should automatically admonish him. You should say to him, come on, cuz, chill, freeze that, man. That ain't cool. That's not cool at all. Now, you talk about 13, 14-year-olds. I see, Kerry Walker Jones, I think you should add the word some. Some black men, not all black men, because I ain't got no friends who to that. Now she tries to disrespect him.
Hell no.
And
you need to get that button, Kev. Emotional damage.
And she tried to disrespect him when he tries to talk to her. And she said, "Get your broke ass out of here," or something like that. Then you get what you know.
Oh, shit.
You get what you got coming. But I don't know that we can put that on all black men. That we get offended if a woman, as soon as she says no, you go to bitch this and bitch that. Like, I don't know. We had this thing called the law of averages when I was young, and when I was in the field, as they say. We call it the law of averages, which means if a woman did say no, you knew that a yes was right around the corner, right? Like it played into your favor, So it's my cousin Cooley used to say, for everyone that say no, it's FOMO that want to go. So nobody was really ever offended unless it was disrespectful when she said no, like, get the fuck away from me or something like that. But other than that, it was never no. Oh, bitch, that's juvenile. And if you do that right now, if you're a man and you know you do that, you foul.
I'm gonna be honest, kid. I think it's a lot of the brothers that didn't really that would happen. Is brothers that really didn't know how to talk to women. Because I've seen motherfuckers start out and they're doing all right, and then the conversation just go left, and I'm just like, nigga, what did you just say? You know, and it just turns the broad off. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, especially as you get older. You know, peep game. I had a homie back in high school that one of the light skinned niggas. You know, the girls just ran to him, right? Now, as we got up to 21 and 22 years old, we started going to the red Corvette, and dude thought he could just sit in the middle of the bar holding his glass and smiling, and nobody was hollering at him. Niggas brought him up. Nigga, you gotta actually talk to him. This ain't high school no more. You gotta actually talk to him. You know? So, I mean, some people take no very hardly.
So Sharina Lynette, Sharina, you making a good point. Men are visual creatures. They're going to look. And I think a lot of times women do things that they know men is going to draw attention from men.
That's why they do it.
Right. You've seen some women who that's their goal, to be noticed. They want to be seen. They want a reaction. I mean, you see some of the stuff, especially it's about to be hot outside, right?
Yeah.
So you see some of the things, you go to Walmart, go to a store, and you see sometimes a woman wearing something. You say, come on now. Like she knew. And I think what she needs to know is, I don't know if that's the kind of attention that she wants. So, and all attention ain't good attention. So it's like you probably shouldn't go out looking like that, because you're going to attract creeps. It's like if I go out looking and acting a certain way, the energy I'm giving off is going to attract a certain kind of individual. This is Aaron Brown in the chat room. He said, "Niggas have boundaries and niggers have boundaries. Choose wisely." I don't know. That's that separation of nigga and nigger. Here we go with that, which is also divisive, I believe. Atlas says, I protect the hoes and bitches if they with me, but not, he said, but if not, he doesn't. He said, but a lady or a woman is different. Yeah, I think most women who really make an effort, are proactive about being a strong woman and projecting the right image, they don't put themselves in certain situations. So it's easy to step in for a woman like that and say, hold on, man, don't do that. Like, and they don't carry themselves like a lot of women who we would say are strong, classy women. She's not going to disrespect you to turn you down. She'll turn you down. She'll kill you with kindness and say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine, baby. No, thank you. Or I have a man or something like that. You won't have to, she won't do the get the fuck out of my face or broke ass nigga or something like that. Like, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. So I just think, sometimes our reaction or our energy or our attitude dictates how we're treated. Aaron says, he already said that, so I'm not going to read that comment over. Erica Hunt said, protect comes in many forms, like education, educating them to stay away from dude ass. Well, yeah, a lot of times if a woman has like, okay, I have a daughter. So my thing to my daughter would always be careful about what kind of men you associate with, and you got to understand not to put yourself in a situation because you messing with the wrong dude or the wrong kind of dude. Know what kind of men, if you're dealing with a thirsty ass dude, if it's a dude who's just over the top, you know that, you recognize that, or you should be able to. And if you don't, then you get yourself in trouble. It's like men who got money not being able to tell when they're dealing with a gold digger. Well, you should have known. You should have been able to peep the lick.
Exactly.
She said, this is Serena saying, I just like the thug thing. I just like I think is that what she's saying?
Say that again.
She likes the thug thing.
What the fuck is
I think she's talking about Trick Daddy, the thug thing. She says the thug thing.
No.
A lot of women like thugs.
Oh, yeah, Thug Holiday was big.
Yeah, that was one of his songs.
Trick love the kids.
Right. Trick Daddy
Yeah.
Is that the name of the song, Aaron? Round Here? She said,
that's the one with him and T.I.
I just like the thug thingy about Trick, but that was back then. A lot of women like thug. See, that's what you say. A lot of women like their men to have a little thug in them, right? Like, and so you don't want that thug who's gonna knock you upside your goddamn head every time you turn around. That's a whole different thing. But I think it comes down to, the security and the safety thing. You hear women talk about being protected. You want a man who ain't no punk. You don't want to be, you don't want a man who's gonna get smacked around everywhere and don't get no respect.
I had a woman
in
tell
our
me
community, if you got a little thug in you, that don't happen. And I think thug is kind of like it's a term now of endearment. When we say, it used to be a bad thing to say I'm a thug, but now you say that simply means I have a strong personality and I'm not going to allow myself to be victimized. And I ain't no punk, right?
Yeah.
Like, so a lot of women like a little, they'll tell you they want a little thug and they want men who got a little edge to them, just to say, girl, my man ain't finna let that happen to me. You don't want,
They do.
a square ass, even though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Not all squares is soft like that either. Some motherfuckers
That's
just
true.
in their book.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? You'll find some of the squares motherfuckers that play the flute walking on the sand. Same motherfuckers being an MMA in MMA gym. So you definitely really don't know who the fuck you dealing with.
And it's funny you say that. I got two homeboys. I got two homeboys right now.
What's that?
I was gonna say I got two homeboys right now. I got one dude that grew up super privileged. This motherfucker got a black belt in fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And if you know anything about martial arts, that's the hardest one to get a black belt in. He studied 17 years for it. Dude done won all kind of tournaments and all kind of shit. And you would never think it. And he will kill you. And I know how to defend myself. I done sparred with dude like standing up. And it's been good. I done got the best of him. But when he gets you on the ground, good night. Yeah, he ain't lying about that.
I'll tell anybody right now. I like what Ace says. I agree with Ace because I think right now, especially at my old age, being a square is the best thing going.
Absolutely. I'm a square shit.
And it means something totally different to me now than it once did. Like if I say I'm squared up now, meaning I'm not doing anything illegal or illicit. But when I was a youngster, being a square meant you was scared to go. You wouldn't come off the porch. You was
that's exactly what it
right.
meant.
Like you was shaky at best.
I ain't gonna lie, Kev. I mean, when we young, I think half these. I mean, a lot of these little young girls, they like excitement, man. They want to be entertained.
Yeah, that's true.
And we constantly racking our brain to see what it is that we can do to keep so, because we don't want to lose, bro. Or be said, hey, he's boring. We doing crazy shit, but at the end of the day, you know what it takes too. We got to come up with some shit to do together. How do we conversate? You know what I'm saying? What can you do to stimulate my brain? It ain't no one way.
Nobody disrespect my woman either. Never.
Ewok said they could have went on YouTube. They could YouTube the music before buying a ticket. I just knew who tricked that. I didn't know
what I was thinking actually.
I didn't know it was black people who didn't know who Trick Daddy was. Right? Like I didn't know that. Like I'm sorry. Like his name is Trick Daddy. Like that
should make you want to look him up anyway. Trick Daddy. What kind of name is that?
Who gonna be there? I know they had to have if I see a picture of Trick Daddy on the flyer, I'm immediately going to say, I need to see what kind of music this dude make because he's a very interesting looking individual. So
you look like a brownie face.
Well, that's what Aaron said.
Aaron funny as hell for that. That's
she's saying some women like thugs. Some do. Some women like their man to have a little thug in them. They like for him to have a little edge. And that's a good thing because most of the time a strong woman is what's going to bring that thug back down to earth. She's going to help, civilize a savage beast. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time that's the only thing that's going to make him calm down is a good woman. Get him out the street and redirect that energy to say, okay, enough, doing stupid shit to go to jail. Let's get you on the right place. She said, this is Erica Hunt. She said, men be two-faced. They one way around their homies and the other way around females. I don't know if that's a bad thing.
Women will set you up. What the fuck?
I don't know if that's bad, Erica. I think a man should be one way with his homies and another way with it because he can't be like he is with his woman around his homies.
You don't want me to treat you like
homies for long, right? It's just,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
go around your homies acting all feminine and soft. They gonna treat you like that. Right. They gonna have no respect for you.
I don't know if that's two-faced. I don't know. And I think women do the same thing. Women are different around their girlfriends than they are with their man, and you almost have to be, right? Serena said, but Kev, we came from the era. Ain't no fun if my homies can't have none. It was based on the young men just wanted to conquer. You know, that was a song, but I never, ever, ever had a girl that I took seriously.
That ain't
I
about
never
that
had a girl.
Bitch. That ain't about your woman.
I never had a girlfriend or someone who I consider my woman, and I shared her. I want to share her with my friends.
Hell no.
That was a song. So
he cleared that.
I don't, you know, I
he cleared that up quick. Yeah, I never was into that group. It's like running trains on women.
No.
And all like my guy was damn near his 30s still talking about doing a shit. I was like, nigga, you gay. I don't know real. Like, how you getting even frisky with another man with his wife and her booty her mouth?
What shit is this? Spit roasting a chick.
Yeah, that's too much.
Well, she's talking about. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about the era where rap music, by and large, was very misogynistic, and that was the era. But I don't. She said that it was based on young men wanting to conquer. And I don't even know if we looked at it like conquering women back then. I think what was ingrained in our head was if you go out here and you can get a lot of women, it kind of solidified your masculinity. Like it makes you more of a man if women want to be with you and you can take them to bed. I think that's where it was. I don't know about conquering. Conquer is a strong ass word. That's a real domineering kind of like I put my foot on your neck.
That's a dirty word. Yeah, that's some puppy shit right there.
Well, you know, it's once again.
But I know one thing. Go ahead, Ken.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I tell people that back in the day, it was easier to have multiple women than it is now. When that side piece word came out, that just because I'm used to having 3-4 women. I love them all. You know, like I love them. You know, you got the one that's the main, then you got one up under her, then you got, you know what I'm saying? Like when that side piece word, like damn, for real, like you know, like what, you got a woman, and okay, what does that got to do with you? That'd be my whole thing. Like if I was single, that don't mean I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So me having a woman, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be honest. Dion, you talking that's only other person gonna really understand that is another man. You know what I'm saying? Women try to be territorial, but at the same time, they'll do some fuck.
I think
you know what I'm saying? That's why they're so competitive. That's why they're so competitive with each other.
I think it's about the ability to get somebody, the ability to get somebody, the ability to choose. Like if you have you have a bunch of women, or you have a woman, or you have what they call a side chick. I think a lot of women just want to be given a choice. So if you say, hey, I just want you to know you're not the only woman I deal with, right? I think most women can respect that. And so it's about really lying and deceiving and, you know, moving the way you move undercover. I think most women, if given a choice, will respect that. So if you say, hey, look, I want to be with you. I respect you. I care about you, but I do have another woman. If you cool with that. Now you, as a matter of fact, nowadays you hear more about people talking about polygamy than ever. And so that's just about a man saying, hey, you're not the only one.
Polyamorous. What is that? Polyamorous?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think a lot of times and that's what they say, what a real player tells his women about the other ones. Like, you're not the only one. Like, I want you to know you're not the only one. They can't
define what a player is. I hate when motherfuckers try to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men who are players. The cats who I knew who said that they were real players, that's what they told me growing up is, all my women know about each other. I don't have no drama. I'm a player about mine. That's what they told me. That's what my uncles who were players and had multiple women, that's what they would tell me. Like, nah, man, listen, they all know about each other, so it ain't no big deal. So I'm not talking about a woman defining it. I told
this one chick, I said, the reason men lie to y'all is because we want to spare your feelings. You see what I'm saying? That's why we lie. But sometimes, like, you know, like, why would you want to know what I'm doing? That ain't your, you know what I'm saying? That ain't your motherfucking business, you know? Yes, I look at ass. Yes, I might flirt. But that don't mean I'm going to go put this tallywhacker in nobody. Like I told the motherfucker, I said, my rooster ain't crowing at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm old. I'm getting old. I don't want to hop up and down. That shit is work. You feel what I'm saying? I just like want a casual conversation. I might just want to flip butt. Yeah, I just want to admire your body. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You know, I don't want to do all that though. That shit is though. Sex is overrated. When you get older, you be like, this shit is for the birds. Yeah. On the real. I spent all this time for what? Just You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for some semen to come out, no. I prefer to save my energy. No, sir. But when I was a young buck, I'm trying to tear everything. Because, you know, like, if you had it all your life, I had it every which way you want to get it. I bought it. I dope dated. I had women. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So now that I'm older, it's like, what can you do? You know, now women so particular, because I be chopping it up with this broad that work in one of the schools. She's like, I said, I want you to talk filthy. I want to be able to grab your head and, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You feel what I'm saying? She's like, no, I ain't with all that. And this. Well, why would I want to waste my time? She's lying. Yeah, why would I want to waste my time? I'm going to get nasty with you. I used to think they thought like that. You try to be all clean and shit. Man, fuck that. No, for real, some women ain't with that though. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Not all of them. Not all of them. Man, I'm serious. Okay. You say anything about the D word, it's no. You suck my what? Whoa! Don't talk about presentation. It's all like I said. It's all for presentation.
What it sounds like y'all talking about right now.
But they don't like no boring ass nigga in the bed.
It's about knowing your audience. Which Trick Daddy? If I could say anything to him, I should say you should have known your audience. Like
that niggas ain't knowing your audience.
You should know your audience. You can't walk in a room full of women and just say anything and be like they should have to accept it. I mean, now if this is a specific group or a specific type, or that's the conversation, you know, these women, that's the kind of conversation they engage in. I don't think you're wrong for, you know, saying what it is that you say, but you can't force a square into a circle. So I can't just come in and automatically just say whatever and think somebody should, you know, that's just disrespect. That's disrespecting people.
I get that, Ken, but he look at it as just music though at the time, you know. And then also, he in Florida. They in Florida. They from Florida. That's part of their culture down there. You know what I'm saying? Booty do.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with Trick Daddy, and I think that they should have known what they were doing. I mean, who they signed up to come and see perform, and I don't think you should ever be so uptight that every damn thing offends you. There's something to be said about a person that's offended by everything too. You're overly sensitive. This is a tough world, man. You're gonna have a long journey of every damn thing offends you, right? And if you're a grown woman of a certain age, I don't think you should be offended by sex talk unless he's directing it at you, like, hey, you in the pink blouse, you want me to put my penis in your mouth? Then I think you should be offended. But if he's just singing a song, you know, it's just like, but everybody's an individual. And they had the right to walk out. Just like he had the right to come out and sing his songs, they had the right to walk out and say, I don't want to hear this shit. Carrie Walker Jones, hold on, let me get to my chat room. Carrie says, a weak, whiny, woe is me man is the worst. Serena said his hands has to be registered. Who we talking about, Serena? Ewok says, I think all young men simply wanted some P word. That's God's design. Nowadays you need to be happy if a young man wants that. I think you should be happy that he ain't going the other way with it. She said, as long as a woman allows men will continue to have multiple women. Men come across beautiful and good women all the time. Allow it. I don't know if they can stop it. It's the nature of the beast. Kerry Walker said there's no such thing as a side piece unless you're married. That shit was invented by men to create a false security for the woman at home and create competition between women that only benefits the man. That ain't committing to anyone. Well, I don't know if that's true, Kerry, because there's some women, and people have different definitions for their marriage. So some people have open marriages. Some people ain't, you know, everybody's not on the same plateau in terms of how their relationships are defined. I believe there are some women who don't mind, who will say, no, you know, I'm the queen. I reap the benefits. I don't know, because we can't speak for everybody, but I will say traditionally you'll say, you know, you ain't supposed to have no side women. But then people say, well, concubines was in the Bible. See what I'm saying? So I went to school in my doc program. I was in the class with a brother from Iraq. No, actually Saudi Arabia. I apologize, Saudi Arabia. And he always talked about how his dad and his brothers had multiple wives, and it was allowed under their, I guess they were Muslims. It was allowed under their religion as long as they could take care of each one of the women. So they had compounds, and they were wealthy, so they had compounds, and the brothers had 2, 3, 4 wives. He only had one, but he talked about the ability to be able to expand his family. And I used to be like, well, do you think that's going to cause a problem? He's like, no, as long as I'm able to take care of everyone involved, it's not frowned upon. So we don't know. People have different definitions. Serena's talking about Dion said, dope dated. Yes, dope dated. You heard that correctly. You will only hear that on Outlaw Radio. Dion said he dope dated. She says just be polyamorous and find people who believe the same thing. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give that person a opportunity to choose, but before you take them down that road, say, look, this is my lifestyle. Is this cool with you or not? If not, then okay, then kick rocks, or let's not be together.
A lot of people think that when you say dope dated, they think of the crackheads you see out there. No, you see people that go to work every night. Yo, she go to work every day. She's thick. She like to smoke a little primo every now and then. Hey, look, whoa, you short a few dollars? Yeah.
The way you changing your voice is making me nervous, though. That's what I'm uncomfortable with right now. Dion is literally going into, hey, she like to smoke a little primo now and then. Not cool. No, not cool for me. No
I can take a few birds and hit the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Go ahead, do a line, baby. Do a line, baby. It's like, whoa, what's up with the creep voice? She's talking about a guy who knows martial arts needs his hand. You know what? I found out they said there's no such thing as registering your hands. I can't remember where I seen that at. There's no such thing as somebody knows karate or as a boxer got to go to police station and say, I need to register my hands. I found out that's not true. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Who is this? This is Ewok. Let me go back to my chat room. I don't want to lose y'all in my chat room. It's very important. He says, Trick Daddy don't give a fuck. They bought the tickets already. He said they owe him some more money. I seen him say that. Send me the rest of my money. Aaron Brown said, man, Brownie Face been around a long time. He's good. Yeah, I don't think he'll get canceled. At least, we live in this cancel society, cancel culture. She said, shit, I was married and the side chick. The other chicks was getting all the money, so I damn sure couldn't call them sides. And this is Carrie Walker Jones. She says, I'm poly now. Oh, okay. Okay, see? Different lifestyles, right?
You just gonna tell people?
I mean, once again, people. Carrie Walker Jones.
She in Milwaukee, Kev?
I don't know where she's at, Ace. I don't know.
Ace trying to find her ass. Damn, you a detective.
Right. Dick, call me. That's Ace Kool-Aid. Call me.
You want to be a private dick.
Right. That's what I say. People got different lifestyles. So, you never know. That's why you can't call it. You have to know. You have to know better. Ewok says, nah, Dion used to get he says he used to get them crack hoes off Lisbon. That's what he said about Dion. Good Lord. Hey, Dion is open and honest about his lifestyle. He said he used to dope date. You got to respect it. The man said he used to dope date. So, I don't know.
He is who he is.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. He ain't ashamed of that shit.
Y'all know what else happened over this weekend too. Now, this is another controversial situation. So this is why hip hop is I'm not even really, I don't consider myself, I used to consider myself a real hip hop head. Like I was really into rap music. It was like the soundtrack of my life. But this now is not even, I don't know what's going on now. This young brother, Pooh Shiesty, right? Like, so.
I know where you go.
Can't say I'm familiar with Pooh Shiesty's music. I do know he's a rapper. I've seen his headlines, people talking about his music here and there.
I thought it was a mask.
Well, the Shiesty is a mask.
That's what they call it. So him being Pooh Shiesty, I'm like, what is that?
The Baclavia is that's the Shiesty.
I think he used to be a stick-up kid. That's how he got the name.
Okay. So now as far as those old heads go, the John Wick of rap was Gucci Man, right? Because back in the days, I guess Young Jeezy and some of his cohorts, Young Jeezy sent someone to rob him or whatever, and he ended up killing someone. So for years, people were scared of Gucci Man, right? Gucci Mane, whatever his name is. Not really a fan of his music either, just for my own purpose. But now this young brother, Pooh Shiesty, was actually in jail, right? Like he had went to jail for some as Tupac would say, felonious capers. And so he was just released. Now, allegedly, he and his dad and some other guy who I don't know named Big 30 robbed Gucci Mane and kidnapped him. Right?
Jesus Christ.
So the controversy became, should Gucci Man or Gucci Mane, whatever the fuck his name is, should he testify against him? Is he a snitch? So I want to start out with,
oh God.
First of all, if somebody robs me and kidnaps me, I'm probably going to testify. Now, I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gangster rapper. I'm no longer involved in any kind of street activities. And even when I was, I can't say that if you robbed me and kidnapped me, I wouldn't have went to court and testified against your ass. I think if you rob... and they said this all happened on camera. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Some of y'all probably know the details more than me. But I'm just looking at it from a, should I testify? Should I testify in court against this person?
I don't know about that one.
You understand? It was over. It started out over a cock. Cause dude was rapping under Gucci Man's label.
And it's his contract, right?
Trying to start. I think was trying to sign it. Yo Gotti was trying to sign. He's trying to go over to Yo Gotti. So him and his pops went down to try to get him out of that contract, and shit just went left.
Okay,
that's just what it is.
Okay, so it's not just random. Let's rob him for his jury. This Suge Knight, Eazy-E, turn over the contracts again in 2026. So the question becomes then,
that shit don't work.
Now they're saying if Gucci Mane, if he testifies, his rap career is over. He can no longer be considered a gangster rapper, right? Like, and I don't know how long you should be a gangster rapper.
Yeah.
I think he's getting up there in age. I think he's procured a small fortune.
Yeah,
but I personally think I testify. If you kidnap me and rob me, and you think that's it, you're gonna be surprised when I show up in court pointing at you, because I will. And the next time you come, it'll be different. But I personally, of course, I'm not out here trying to be a gangster rapper. But what do y'all think? Should Gucci Man say nope? I ain't gonna say nothing.
I got theories on this, and I said
I agree how we. I think Pooh Shiesty was about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you just did all that time in the feds, man. You just did all that time in the feds. Ain't no way in the fuck you should have came home. You should have went through the legalities of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm gonna go through the legalities. Man, come on. Like I tell people,
that's wild, actually. Yeah, that's wild work.
In the prison, it ain't nice.
Well, obviously he got a lawyer. Maybe he should have just called his lawyer and said,
"Well,
hey,
okay, Kev, are you saying if one of us were kidnapped, or you just saying like just general situation? If I'm Gucci, you saying like literally, okay, somebody kidnapped me and put pistols to me and snatched me out of my house and shit. Am I gonna testify against you in court?
Would you?
Nah, because if I'm at that level, and you kidnap me, that shit go way beyond personal. I'm going if I got that kind of money and that kind of reach, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna say it. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably organize with some of my cousins that I know that are like tied to that life, and I'm gonna just drop the bag on you, and they gonna kill your ass and whoever else. Because to me, that's just too much. You going to jail? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's trauma. You can't do that. Like if I'm Gucci Mane and I know I got buttons, I can push buttons. Oh, I'm gonna put. I know the Fed's gonna be looking at them. Don't get me wrong, they are going to be looking. But if you shut up about it and say you don't know who it is or whatever, and they ain't got no case, man, you put yourself at risk when you hire a contractor for some shit like that. But I don't know, man. I think I would. I don't know. I'd want to kill dude. Long story short, that would make me mad though. Kevin, motherfucker kidnapping me. Yeah, that shit would make me mad, dude. Like I could never get past that. I tried to have him killed in jail.
I'm testifying.
I don't blame you for that either. I'm just saying, like that's
we'll be going back to jail. You'll be going back to prison,
man.
You're going back to prison.
You know, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I mean, because I ain't gonna lie, man. Especially if you're a manly man, dude. Yeah, you know what, man? Vengeance is a motherfucker. You know, I ain't always saying we right for doing it the way we do. But I mean, a lot of times motherfuckers crash out over principle shit. You know what I'm saying? It's principle. You know, so I mean, what was you thinking when you thought you could kidnap a $5 millionaire? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You stupid.
That's just like what Dion said. Dion made a very good overall point. In the words of Kamala Harris, the root problem. Why the fuck would you even do that shit? Why?
When did Kamala say that? When did Kamala say that? Why the fuck did you? What?
No, I'm saying it's the root cause. Like she always talked about root cause and shit. Okay. So you motherfucking why would you? The root cause is why would you even put yourself in that position? Because think about it, y'all done grew up with some real goon ass people. Like it's niggas that, like for instance, like you know my cousin who in jail right now. Niggas tried to shoot Jerry's mom. Like that's crazy. Like they tried to kill his mom, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's nobody's fault, but my point is, isn't it? It's some brothers part of subcultures that are no joke, and they'll kill your kids over some shit like that. Shiesty playing with fire, dog.
The fact that Pooh Shiesty's dad was with him is an interesting part because I don't know his dad. I don't know if
father of the year, my nigga.
Right, if he's a street dude or whatever. But me personally, I would, especially if my son had made, you know, some money off of rap music and could, you know, build a career and establish some generational wealth. I'm gonna be going over the top to tell him not to do nothing stupid. I surely wouldn't be like
his pops a gangster too.
Okay, so you know,
his pops a gangster.
Look at Joey Merlino in Philadelphia. Y'all know who Joey Merlino is?
He's a mob figure of some sort. I've heard that.
Joey is the head of the Philly mob. Now, I don't know him, but I know somebody that knew someone that worked with him very, very well. And he met Joey multiple times. Dude got family, nephews, motherfuckers all educated. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like they didn't want them in that life is my point. So Pooh Shiesty dad, and don't get me wrong, I know some dudes that was straight goons when they was young. They sons ain't never been involved in the street. You know what I'm saying? Because they kick their ass if they were. That's real gangster shit. Dude up there risking his son's life. That's just like people got mad at me, like my opinion on the T.I. and 50 Cent beef. I'm like, if you know anything about Curtis Jackson, not saying he would do anything, but that dude really was about that life. And people are like, well, Chip was this. Man, I got 2 family members in the feds. That nigga is not as hard as people think he is. 1. 2, why would you just encourage your sons on that shit? Like, well, T.I., well, no, he was trying to tell his son. No, he wasn't trying to tell them niggas nothing because I listened to every interview because I was shocked. Because I'm like, T.I. come from the trap, so to speak. My son, if Emerson did some shit like that, I'm going to be at his door and I'm going to slap the hell out of him. That's why these dudes, man, they pretenders, bro. I hate these
point in that I think his dad, you would expect the father to be the voice of reason.
Yes.
Now, but he's bogus to kidnap a man.
God.
To rob and kidnap anyone, first of all, is foul. So I agree when they said the brother Pooh Shiesty earned his name. Because that is some shady shit for you to do that. But it's funny for me. It's funny for me to watch black people go back and forth about what the hell is that?
That shit was wild. That sounded like some breaking dishes.
I don't know what that was, man. Somebody working on construction.
Hold on, let me mute y'all because that was my dog. I'm giving him baths and shit. You know, I got daddy.
It's funny. It's funny for me to watch black people go back and forth about morality and about you know what's right and what's wrong, but then we cheerlead for the wrong shit. So you got people here who are saying, well, he shouldn't testify against him. He should go and kill him. right? Or you know, like
he
we
should
celebrate.
testify.
I think he should at Gucci Mane's level, where he's supposed to be at as a person who has millions of dollars. I think it would be smart for him to say, no, I'm going to show up in court. I have lawyers for this.
He not relevant hip hop no way anyway no more. They not relevant like that. He can't do shows and shit like that. I mean, dude, he need to go and tell the motherfuckers what he did or whatever. He's not that dude. Now, but would you rob? Let's just say, would you kidnap Joey Merlino and think you're gonna get away with it, even though the mob doesn't exist? No, Gucci Mane is not a gangster. Like for instance, all of this stuff. Curtis Jackson is not a gangster. Tip Harris is not a gangster. These dudes are entrepreneur businessmen at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm with you on that shit. He need to whatever. Yeah, he need to shit. I'd be riding in the police car if I was Gucci Mane.
Right. I mean, yeah, I would.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What are you expecting? You think you're going to be able to do something to somebody of that stature and just let nothing happen? I mean, did we learn anything from the Nipsey Hussle Black Sam situation? Because
man, that shit was wild, Ace. You ain't lying. That shit is wild. What happened?
Whole family got eliminated. Is it worth it? That's just what I'm saying. And I'm not mad at Sam for doing that shit because I know how I feel.
Oh, dude, hold on. You talking about Sam who loved his brother, would have traded from that casket for Nip? Absolutely. We knew people was gonna die. Big U son, that was crazy though, because I don't know what Big U son said off camera or whatever. But man, them niggas killed him too. They was like, no, he didn't do it. I said, y'all crazy if you don't think Sam and them had Big U son killed. Yeah.
Hold on, I don't. Let's not make no assumptions.
No, I'm just saying that's my opinion. I just think that happened.
Okay, I don't know any details about the case. I don't want to talk about nobody's murder.
He was not a gangster, but he was a gangster. But he's about his family.
He was affiliated.
He having a murder. I understand the feeling you get behind that.
Yeah.
You know, I am not the same guy that I was back in 2007 when that happened. Thank God. Because if that happened at this point, even all that I got going on, you know what? You steal my legacy, I'm coming for every. And I think that's what's wrong with black people now, even responding to other people. Motherfucker, you kill somebody in my family, I'm coming for your wife, I'm coming for your mama, your daddy. Shit, I'm coming for the dog, my nigga. Shit,
Sharina
you got
said,
you with a pulse.
Hold on, Sharina said snitches get stitches. Well, if you do it and it's on camera. Yeah, I'm not snitching on you. Like I'm not snitching. It'd be different if I went home and called the police and said, "Hey, this person kidnapped me." But if it's on camera and you got arrested for it, then it's already known. I'm testifying. I'm not snitching. I know everybody has their definition, and everybody talks about these street codes and the street life.
Nah.
It's always funny to me that most of the people who talk about it ain't never been in the streets. So,
there, Kevin, there's only one definition of snitching. That's if you are involved in the streets or a subculture and you tell on someone. If you are a civilian worth millions of dollars, someone kidnaps you on camera, you're not a snitch. That doesn't even make that. You're right. Motherfuckers that say that shit don't even know what they mean.
Even if it is, get you some security. So the person who got a problem with snitching, when they run up on you, they get their ass took.
That is a freaking investment. Ask 50 Cent about security. You be having Navy SEALs and shit with him. Good luck getting him and Jay-Z. No, it ain't happening.
Earl Henning said, "What it do, my brothers? Love us black people." Yes, I love us too, Earl. Welcome to the show.
Absolutely.
This is Ewok. He said, "I'm telling too, Kev. Niggas always say they would do some gangster shit back. They hyped up Dirk to do shit for King Von. Look at where Dirk at now.
You ain't lying.
I have no clue about the ins and outs of these cases. I don't know.
Is he gonna beat that?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he might be. I think he might be in there long term, dog. It sounds like it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the crash out for a motherfucking serial killer anyway.
This is Earl. He said you can't be a rich ass or you'll be eating jail food. You can't be a rich ass, he said.
I think he's saying, you got all that money, but if you fucking quote unquote crash out, then you're gonna end up eating jail food. I think that's what he meant by that.
Serena's she's making fun of Dion. Yeah, Dion is known to give his dogs a bath and take them out to use the bathroom, all kinds of shit during the show. So It is what it is. At least he's tuned in and he's supporting.
Yeah,
So shout out
him.
to him for that. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, this whole thing with rappers now is. I mean, it's 2026, man. Like, there's people still arguing about was Tupac a gangster? Was who was a gangster? Like I watch Vlad. One of the reasons that I don't like Vlad is because he's always talking about was Ice Cube a real gangster and all this kind of stuff. And it's like,
what?
I never thought of every rapper I ever heard. I never thought they were gangsters.
Me
I always
neither.
felt like rappers were kind of just talking about the things that they saw in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I personally, I don't care if you make a good song, you make a good song. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a gangster. Like, I'm not listening to that because he ain't no real gangster. Like,
Death Certificate, one of the 5 top best rap albums ever. Like, get out of here.
Well, Cube is the top 5 rapper. It doesn't matter if he was a gangster or not. My point is, there's still conversation about what a gangster is and who's a gangster and who's not. I think at any given time, anybody can be a gangster, right? Depending on when you run up on them.
Yeah.
And so, I think we put too much on that, on who's a real street nigga. And let's be honest, is that necessarily a good thing?
No, it gets you killed 9 times out of 10, though.
Right.
It gets you killed. Yeah, that shit get you killed. I done seen so many niggas die. You too. That shit will get you killed. No joke. You sell dope, you eventually gonna, if let's say you start really moving weight, you eventually gonna have to kill a motherfucker because somebody gonna try to tell on you or you gonna get challenged. That's the nature of the game, bro. Yeah.
To encapsulate it, I say it like this.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, nobody ever asked the question, like, was John Wayne a real cowboy? Like,
never.
No, he wasn't. But he's known as the greatest cowboy movie man ever, right? Clint Eastwood was not a real detective named Dirty Harry.
No, why do people
get law enforcement at all? So, but black people, we get, everything has to be. We keep it real. We this, that, and the third. I was listening at T.I. I seen because when I'm not on y'all and I'm chilling, I'm on social. I'm like on YouTube most of the time watching different stuff. And I was listening at T.I. talking about some of his, how he transitioned from selling drugs to the dope game. But then I listened to Sammy the Bull Gravano. He was John Gotti's right-hand man on Vlad, talking about what he did in his transition to the straight life. And it was 2 totally different things, right?
Yes.
And so I just looked at it like, okay, it's cool for T.I. to tell those stories, right? But I think he should use that. That should be his calling card. Like, look, I overcame the odds because I was headed to the grave or to the penitentiary, like Ian just said. But people give more credit. Like, people talk about Jay-Z, and there's people who are more interested in Jay-Z's days as a drug dealer than as a rapper, right? Like, I don't care if Jay-Z ever sold 8 keys or 8 ball. It don't matter to me. Reasonable Doubt was one of my favorite albums. I thought it was beautiful hip-hop music.
That was good.
If I found out he never sold drugs, I wouldn't say that album was no good. I still say I don't care. He talked about it damn well. So I think we just get too caught up, and that's black people. We get caught up in because we keep it real. We got to keep it real. Everything got to be, and that's why a lot of the people who we look up to end up having their downfall, because we pump them up to be, oh, you a rapper, and you talk the street stuff. Oh, you got to be a gangster. So he go out and try to do this, and then it comes back to bite him in his ass. So
yep,
I just think we shouldn't put so much. I think we give street dudes too much credit. I think we look at it like I would never want my son to do none of the shit I did in the streets ever. And I would tell him every day, no, that's wrong. You don't even.
Yeah, don't do that dumb shit.
Because I know how it ends.
That's how come I love Jeezy. Jeezy, one of my favorite rappers ever, because he came from some ignorant ass shit, some real deal, like he was really drug trafficking. Fast forward 20 years. He talking about real estate, business, how to make your life better, going back in the community, getting young entrepreneurs, trying to teach them the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, he know now to change his community. That's beautiful. Can you imagine if he was almost 50 years old still talking that dumb shit? Now, granted, he does have a show coming up, but he's doing a show about his music and his work. Like, he's not glorifying shit. he's telling stories. And it goes back to what you said, man, people be glorifying the wrong stuff. Like I was listening to him in interviews. He was talking about how you don't tear up your communities. T.I. in his defense was doing the same thing. And he was like, man, y'all don't be having these riots and stuff.
Hey, hold on once. Ian, Ace, do you have your device turned up? Somebody getting feedback. You got to turn your device down. Can't listen to it.
That ain't me. Like that.
I don't know if that's Dion or what, but I'm getting all of the feedback in my headset. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah.
Well, I got y'all on mute. You can't hear nothing going on.
I'm asking if you got a device turned up, just turn it down because you can't. I think the one thing is people want to listen to themselves while they're on the show. You can't listen to it and be on it. You have to go back and listen to how you sounded later and be like, damn, I sounded crazy. But if you try to do it at the same time, it just gives feedback. Not that either one of you are doing it, but I'm getting feedback. So I'm just trying to figure out where it's at. Because if I can hear it, I know people who listening to the show can hear it.
Yeah, because I can hear like right there and no more.
No, even with Young Jeezy, that's cool. Like, and I'm glad that if he's on that, if he's made that transition and that's his conversation now. My problem is always, don't sell a message to my kids about flipping birds and then send your kids to private school. Right? Like, that's a lot of rappers. We know that they'll talk about that lifestyle, but they're no longer engaged in that. Now, if you were ever in that life, they always say it's in you, not on you. So if you were ever in that life and you was really about the streets and stuff like that, it's still in you. And so when you talk about it, you talk about it from a valid place. But I think you should also make a point to tell those who are listening, don't do this, by the way. Like, you don't want to live. It's not a cool life. I can tell you that right now. It's not a cool life. I
guess be talking that shit all the time. He'd be like, don't do that shit. Don't.
Well, especially now. I mean, now is a thing where, our community is so bad right now. The last thing we should be doing is just really cheerleading for foolishness. We fall into situations where we look back at those days and we say, we reminisce and say, man, them was the days.
Hell
because I tell people this all the time. The one thing about selling drugs is it ain't really the money. It's the lifestyle. It's the ability to kind of do, you think in your mind, I can do whatever I want to do.
The dopamine hit.
Follow anybody's rules. But what you're actually doing is poisoning your community. It's genocide on your own people in reality. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it like that. And also, it's kind of hard for me to cheerlead for the big ballers when they are the ones who are fucking up the community. Like, we'll look at those dudes and say, oh, man, he was getting money back in the day. He was also the one that was fucking up the neighborhood, right? He was also the one spreading death and destruction.
He was flooding the zone
into the community. So we cheerlead for the wrong thing. Now I got my next thing is this whole thing with LeBron James. Ian, you asked me about LeBron James playing they were saying there's a rumor saying that he was gonna come play for the Bucks.
I love that shit. That shit's hilarious.
I don't want LeBron James to come and play for the Bucks. Matter of fact, I'm off LeBron because LeBron just dissed Milwaukee because he said his two cities he don't like to play in, and one is Memphis and one is Milwaukee. Well, if you are a Los Angeles Laker, you shouldn't like playing nowhere because everywhere else is the opposition. You should only say, I like playing in LA. But why did he throw Milwaukee under the bus? Man, this city gets shitted on by every major celebrity. I hear athletes all the time. Everybody and people from Milwaukee diss Milwaukee, right? Like, just like, yeah, you right. Fuck Milwaukee. Like, it's like, dude,
Joe Heem, dude that used to play for the Bulls, he went out of his way to talk shit about Milwaukee. Like, yeah, but he went out of his way, to be like,
LeBron James he's from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, he shouldn't be talking shit about nothing.
Right. Like, you're from Akron, Ohio, bro. Like, I don't.
Akron.
I think he don't think he can play in a small market anymore since going to LA and being in Miami, shit like that. But at the end of the day, man, nigga, you 50, damn near. Trying to tell him where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you're going to have to take what you can get. He ain't got the pool that he used to no more.
Hold on. I was going to say one thing. Have y'all ever been to Akron?
I've never been to Akron, Ohio. No.
Okay, let me help you. I got family in Cleveland and Akron. Niggas is growing collard greens in their front lawn. Not that that's bad, but in their front yard, they growing. It's country as hell. Why are you talking about Milwaukee, Wisconsin, sir? You should not be, Mr.
Because he
James.
hasn't lived in Akron for a very long time. He lives
You
in
ain't
Los
lying.
Angeles.
He was in the projects in Akron, and he was driving a Range Rover, or no, a Hummer. He a beast. He a beast.
George Terry said it started with Kareem. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know why Kareem actually left Milwaukee.
Racism. He hated it here because of that shit.
That's not why Kareem left Milwaukee.
Oh.
Kareem left Milwaukee because of pressure put on him by his involvement with a Muslim sect in Philadelphia.
Oh, you talking about the Philly Black Mob? Yeah, for sure.
Right, and the house that he owned, that he had purchased and he was allowing certain people to live in that house. They were murdered, women, children, and a guy, a black mafia figure who was running for office. They were murdered in that house. That sect was also anti-FOI. The leader was very critical of the minister Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So
yes, he was.
And once that happened, the feds were following Kareem around. They were putting a lot of pressure on Kareem because Kareem then transitioned to Sunni Muslim, and so he left Milwaukee because of a lot of that pressure. People say because of the racism. Because that's to say there's no racism in Los Angeles. Like, come on. Like, I just find it funny that he was this black Muslim dude and he came to Milwaukee and he left Milwaukee and then he went to LA and married him a white woman and lived happily ever after. So yeah, I don't know that he left Milwaukee necessarily because of the racism. I do get that Milwaukee's not Los Angeles. I get it. I get that it's a small town in the Midwest and it's up north and it's cold in the wintertime. But if you don't want to be here, what I would tell you is leave.
And I was gonna say too, to kind of touch on what Kevin is actually talking about. If you have time, look up the story of Sam Christian. He was the head and the executor for the Philadelphia Black Mafia. They still exist, by the way. And the dude that's the leader now, he got out of prison or whatever. He be going to restaurants. He be having doors open for him. And he was getting interviewed about 6 years ago. They're like, sir, people say that you're involved in organized crime. You have bodyguards here. They're opening doors for you. And you don't have any W-2s to say you have a job. He looked square in the camera and said, absolutely not. He said, I'm a Muslim and my Muslim brothers take care of me. And he was intelligent. He had on a suit and that was it. And he never said nothing else about it. But they showed him going around Philly.
Right. Well, once again, do your research on Kareem, right? Kareem was one of those dudes who's an ass too. Like you're famous, you get paid all this money to play basketball, and you treat your fans like he treated fans a certain way. He wasn't a real social butterfly, right? Like I feel like if you get all that money to play basketball, your job is to give back to the community you're in and be social with people. It's like even Giannis now. Like I don't care if Giannis leaves after the season.
Yeah, you don't care. Yeah, he's bipolar too. For the record, Kevin, I don't know if you know that about Kareem. He's diagnosed now. He was bipolar. A lot of people don't know that about him. Yeah, I got a buddy who worked for the Bucks. And he said when Kareem came back for his first time to Milwaukee after being traded, they said that Kareem just basically, he said, hey, Mr. Jabbar, he was talking to him. Kareem looked him square in the face. No, he didn't look at him. I'm sorry. Art was like, fuck you. That's exactly what he said. Get the fuck out of the locker room. Like Art was trying to talk to him. He worked for the Bucks. He said, fuck you and get out of the locker room. Don't talk to me.
And don't surprise me. That's
yeah, bro, that was wild. Jordan was the same way, though.
So LeBron, come on, man. I don't, LeBron can go to hell.
You said, so I'm going back to this thing with the house.
Yeah.
Was that house in Philly or was that here in Milwaukee?
I think it was in LA, wasn't it?
It was in Philly.
It was in Philly. What? Oh yeah, the ties to the Philly mob. Yeah.
The people that blew it up, didn't like the Muslim religion or something like that?
No, they drowned him in the bathtub. That shit was wild.
There's a sect of Muslims, and I forget what the leader's name was. He had a split with the Nation of Islam, so he didn't like Elijah Muhammad, and so he had a group of Muslims, and Kareem was in some way affiliated with this group because he purchased a house, and these Muslims were living in this house, and there was a guy who was like a crooked politician. I think he may have had, and I forget his name. He may have had his hand in some organized crime. And he crossed the black mafia in Philly. Somehow, some way, he crossed them. So they went to the house, murdered him and everybody in the house, women and children. Come to find out, Kareem owned the house. Because he was down with this group of Muslims. And so it brought a lot of heat to Kareem. That's what I'm saying. They didn't blow it up. There was murder. These people were murdered in his house, women and children, along with this politician guy. Right, over whatever the beef was they had, whatever this guy did to the black mafia, whatever he did, go and look it up. It's public knowledge. Go and look it up. You can Google that.
To give y'all context of the Philadelphia Mafia, that organization they operated independently, obviously, of the Italian Mafia, but they were involved in the 70s and 60s with over 40 homicides. That's just what's known. Yeah, Sam Christensen Bay, he was not a joke, dude. I've read some shit on him. He was no joke. So when I heard about that when I was younger, I wasn't surprised. Them dudes killed, man. They killed kids. They drowned them in the bathtub, dude. That's some deplorable shit, dude. Yikes.
To be honest with you, a lot of people had an issue with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Not just because of the so there was supposedly a study between the CIA, Elijah Muhammad, the KKK, the Jewish synagogue, and the Catholic about keeping people in order. You see, and that's just something that a lot of people don't know about. And if that's the case, I mean, basically, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Are we just being kept? Or are we just cattle? Because you look at something like that, and you want to think that they're working in your best interest, just only to find out they're there to keep you in. It's kind of like the Boule thing, basically, keep us in line. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of people have issues with Elijah Muhammad because of that.
No, and yeah, and you know, there's a bunch of people. There are people who have problems with him. So this thing is called the 1973 Hanafi Muslim Massacre. Took place in January of 1973. 2 men and a boy were shot to death. 4 of the children, ranging in age of from 9 to 10, were drowned. Okay, they took place at 7700 16th Street, as in D.C. This house was purchased for a group of Hanafi Muslims to use as the Hanafi American Muslims Rifle and Pistol Club. It was purchased and donated by then Milwaukee Bucks basketball star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The target of the attack was Hamis Abdul Khalis, the son-in-law of Reginald Hawkins. He had written and sent 50 letters calling the Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad guilty of fooling and deceiving people, robbing them of their money, and besides dooming them to hell. The letters were mailed to ministers of all 50 mosques in the Nation of Islam, a sect that Khalis had infiltrated, in which he had been a leader in the 1950s. Okay, they were also critical of Master Wallace D. Farr Muhammad, and urged the ministers to lead the sect. Okay, trying to see they were originally a Roman. I'm just looking at the information. I just wanted you to be able to have a reference point to Google it and read it for yourself. So you know I'm not lying, making something up on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sharina said many religious groups are evil, control, and power. There's you know the 5%ers are Clarence 13X left the nation. You know, and then some people say he was murdered by the nation. And there's people who say the Black Mafia had something to do with Brother Malcolm getting murdered. Like, so it's a lot, man. That's why I say reading is fundamental.
Yeah,
you start reading up on information, start reading up on things, you learn so much. But yeah, LeBron can go to hell, man. LeBron, I don't care if you don't like my city. You know what I'm saying? and then, like I say though, there's
why we can't look at it as any publicity, whether it's negative or whatever, like man, listen, man, I travel. And believe it or not, I've been all to Atlanta, Dallas. Motherfuckers don't know nothing about Milwaukee. I ain't lying. See, they don't even think niggas live in Milwaukee, man.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Just to hear whether it's negative or positive is giving us a little light. Like, let me see what Milwaukee about. Because I know I just booked my ride to go to Memphis. I don't give a fuck if I can't pay my mortgage in May. If God put breath in my lungs, I'm hitting Memphis. So I love Memphis. So you know that, kid.
By that logic,
you know what I'm saying?
By that logic, somebody who don't know me, they don't know. Maybe they don't know who I am. They don't know me personally. But if they go somewhere with a microphone in front of cameras and say, "Fuck Kevin Barnes, he ain't shit, but a punk ass fat, punk ass nigga," or something like that. I should be like, well, at least they gave me some light. No, I'm gonna be offended.
Hey, listen, if they got the publicity like LeBron have, and he say fuck Outlaw Radio, well, somebody might be like, well, let me see what's about this Outlaw Radio to say fuck him, while LeBron say fuck him. You know what I'm saying?
Even if
like, that's how I look at it.
Even if he did do that, I'm still gonna feel offended. I'm still gonna be like, what you mean? Like, I just feel like respect is everything. And so, to shit on the city.
Hold on real quick. Get your ass out the water.
Shit on the
that's
city,
just like with Mike Epps.
It's unnecessary. And Mike Epps is one too. Like, Mike Epps has shitted on Milwaukee a lot, but when he's here, he's running through the city kicking it. The dudes who kicking it with him should be like, man, Mike, you don't really fuck with us like that. That's to me.
He just be talking shit.
You should be held responsible for what you say. The words that come out your mouth, you need to be held accountable for them. It's a new day and age where people can say whatever they want and just be able to slide with it. That's what I hate about the internet. Like, you always see somebody saying somebody's name or saying something foul about somebody, and then wondering why somebody come back at him. Like, you shouldn't say his name. Like, whatever you say. In my era, the one thing that is true is if you said somebody's name and you said something foul about him, you had to see that man. That man was gonna come see you, and you had to deal with it. So whether you was gonna go to what we call trying to smooth it over, or whether you was gonna stand on it, that dictated who you were and how you were viewed. So he said, "Don't throw the rock and hide your hand." So
I'm gonna be honest with you. Milwaukee's very protective of its own. I can't say that. And if you don't believe me, talk to Draymond Green after that situation with him and old boy out in when he was playing for
Jordan Poole. He punched Jordan Poole in the face.
Oh, that was dumb as hell. Motherfuckers about to whoop his ass.
He in the hotel. He won't walk through me. He won't go nowhere here.
Yeah, they was threatening him when he was on the court, and they was threatening him. I remember that they were talking shit to him at the game.
Yeah, Milwaukee's not a joke, bro. Like, I don't know what these people be thinking, but forget the fact Milwaukee not a joke. Milwaukee, especially in the summer, because I understand people not liking the wintertime. I don't knock people for like, man, the weather's shitty. It's not like they shitting on the city. But it's so many things to do. Like, for instance, I mean, it's not necessarily for us when it comes to like all of Summerfest. You know what I mean? But like, I've had people that come from other places, or I used to see they would come from other countries to go to Summerfest at one point, like when Bo was alive. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know much after that or whatever, because I've been going for a few years now. But a lot of people really, really enjoy Milwaukee. I've had people tell me I like coming there. You know, the downtown.
It's fine. It's fine if you. This is a very small city in Wisconsin, which is 86% white.
Yes,
and like you said, it gets cold as a polar bear's toenail in this motherfucker.
Yeah, it do. I understand people
and all kinds of shit, and that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not Captain Save a Walk, right? Like, I'm not the caper from Milwaukee. I'm just saying, anytime you shit on me and mine, I'm gonna throw something back at you, right? Like, so I was born and raised here. This is the city I live in. So I'm gonna hold it down for home. So if somebody say fuck Milwaukee, I'm gonna say no, fuck you. Like, and it's not like I even own Milwaukee, right? I'm not wealthy. I can't say I own 45 square acres or none of that shit. I just watch your mouth. Just watch your mouth is what I'm saying.
You know, I'm murder mill crazy. When I go anywhere, I'm representing Milwaukee. And you know,
all you hear is me.
Milwaukee.
All you hear is me talk on here all the time about how flawed our leadership is. it is a very tough place to raise your family if you're black. That's what I'm saying. I'm not caping for this city. It's not the best place in the world for black people. But damn, I don't need you piling on. I don't need you adding to it by shitting on us. Serena, you're right. Mike Epps he has people, he's been on Atkinson. He's been all through the city. So, he takes the time whenever when he feels like it to shit on the city, and because he can still sell tickets here. George, you're right. He did say Memphis too. Memphis is I wouldn't even joke with Memphis.
Memphis was the main city he shit on first, because that's how I saw it. Because he was saying something about Memphis. I wasn't surprised though, because these motherfuckers love to shit on like the smaller cities, smaller market cities, so I get it. But then when I saw he started talking about what was it, Fort Worth and some other place, I'm like, this motherfucker going on a tour of shitting on cities. What's wrong with him? Like, he fucking up.
It's I wouldn't even play with Memphis. Memphis is I wouldn't even. You get your
ask Penny Hardaway.
I love Memphis.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
I love Memphis.
Ask Penny Hardaway when you playing Memphis. Go there and say fuck 8 Ball and MJG. See where that gets you.
Ain't that where Pooh Shiesty is from?
Yes, I think so.
I see from Memphis. And see, that's what I was just about to say. Like a lot of people don't know. I ain't gonna tell a lot of people don't know, but you gotta really be in tune with that shit. And sometimes we don't. Like I'm like you, Kev. I'll be watching, YouTube and shit. But it's a lot of street politics that go in a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just like I don't know like what the street politics is with because Gucci got 10, 17 or something like that. And he did a shiesty ass shit with one of Pooh Shiesty guys, Big Scar. May he rest in peace. But I know like with Paper Route Entertainment and CMG, niggas they at each other. When Dolph died,
I love Dolph.
Them niggas still trying to kill Gotti. I love Dolph. That's my nigga on my mama. Man, when Dolph died, I love Dolph. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I feel like he's relatable. I feel like he like one of the big homies that ride through the hood. Like, nigga, everybody getting money. Nigga, you probably get a little bit more money, but we all get money. We gonna all sit down at the table, eat the pie, gonna be equally divided. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look at the street politics, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who, Pooh Shiesty ride with, but like back in the days, like Gucci was like kind of deep in the street politics with Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people say, well, Gucci went, because Gucci a blood. He's a blood. I don't know what type of, because they got so many different blood sets in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I know they got Bloods down there, they got GDs, they got BDs, they got some Crips. I don't know if like Vice Lords and stuff down there. There might have been a few that migrated down there. I know in Memphis and Mississippi is splitting, and Arkansas, woo, them Vice Lords. God damn, boy, you be like, man, I don't even want to go down here with these people, man, for real. But you know what I'm saying? So the street politics, so that's why a lot of people looking at it the way they looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you running around doing like this, woo out the bam, and then your guy woo out the bam, and then it might. We really don't know what it entails. You know what I'm saying? We just listen to what the internet said. Pooh Shiesty, like I said, I read something where the Fed said they really ain't got no evidence against him. It had been a rumor.
Yeah, exactly. It had been a rumor
it had been a rumor like 3 weeks ago that he had supposed to did something to Gucci, and then it came out false. So the only thing I said, if the young brother did do that, he's rich. And that just show you how, like, I was talking to my girl, like, it don't make no difference if you got money, notoriety, and whatever. That street is hard, man. Like you were saying, Kevin, I agree with you. Motherfuckers, I still almost damn near live like I'm from the street. I'm going to keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? I just know, like, I don't want to go back to the joint. You know what I'm saying? But I don't sell dope and nothing like that. But I move like, okay, I know certain things. Woo out the band, blase, hippie. You know what I'm saying? I jam and I rotate, but then I know how to fall back from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you were saying earlier, people, if you ain't never lived the street, it wasn't about the money. It was a lifestyle. Hoes love you. When you go to any hood, nigga, I'm talking about from goddamn First Street all the way to goddamn 35th. We at 35th. We on Garfield. Man, we in hood. That's why when you be hearing me talking, I be like, man, I be in this hood. I be in that hood. Them notorious hoods. I don't give a fuck. I've been here. I fell asleep in my truck on 27 Burla. I'm drunk. Gone off exit and drunk in the van.
Hey, Dion.
Or something to get ready at Chicago Sub. You know what I'm saying?
Dion, I was going to tell you, bro, don't forget, too, and this is another thing that I got a family member that's in the feds, like a federal agent. She told me this. She said they put shit out there to sway juries if they just want to lock a nigga up. And I already thought that, but somebody that's an actual FBI agent tells you that shit, and I'm bringing it up because they don't have like D was saying. We don't know if they have any evidence that he actually did it. He might not have actually even did it. I think he might have, but you never know. He might not have, dog. Man, it's a dirty game, dog.
What one thing that's counterproductive is when it comes to whether a city is quote unquote lit or not. And I think this is why a lot of stupidity happens in Milwaukee, because we want to wear it as a badge of honor because if our community is dysfunctional. So we want to say, man, it be going down, man. People be getting murdered, man. It's crazy, man. We got kid boys, drugs and pimps and hoes. Like, that's the wrong thing to hang your hat on. Yeah. I think we should be more focused on saying, no, man, the black community is together in Milwaukee. Shit, I wanna move there because the black people are progressing there. They're getting money. They're being able to start.
Just like Maricopa in Arizona, there's a black community here where the black people per capita, the average annual income for a family is like $80,000. It's one of the best in the country, and it's in Arizona. It's about an hour away from where I am. For black people.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I don't want Milwaukee to be more scandalous so rappers can give us credit. Or so if I go somewhere, somebody says, well, I heard of Milwaukee, everybody get killed there. Like, yeah, that's my city. Like, that's not where I'm at.
That shit terrifying.
I want my people here, because one thing a lot of people don't understand is, y'all right, that people in other places don't even know it's black people here. But we have a stronger black cultural epicenter here in this city than a lot of these major cities have. You can find soul food restaurants. We're the first city that really, one of the first cities to have Juneteenth. We have a black community here where we could really build on it and say, hey, if you're a black person, come to our city and there's something that's apologetically black here, instead of focusing on, hey, let's shoot up clubs so people will say Milwaukee's lit, or let's sell more drugs so people will say Milwaukee's lit. Kerry Walker Jones says they used to say that about Atlanta long ago. Yeah, Atlanta was getting prosperous because they were saying that's a place where black people could go and prosper. Now you hear more talk about the homosexual activity in Atlanta.
Yeah,
than anything. Like,
they say men get raped down there. They're getting jumped on and raped.
I haven't heard that. I just when I talk to somebody about it, they just say to me like, "Nah, dude, like it's so prevalent. Like when you go places down there, it's just boom right in your face. It's just like,
yeah, they're trying to like take it from you. Go like down there then.
No, I'm straight. I don't need to go down there to see. I'm not. I'm just saying. I just spoke with somebody who lived in Atlanta, and shout out to my homeboy KP. He was just saying he left Atlanta because he didn't like the fact that everything was just like the homosexuality was over the top down there. He was saying it was something that disturbed him, so he left. Yeah. So, Serena, you're right when you say this. She said, "It's who you know, connections. We need positive influences. Milwaukee need to get these youth."
Yeah, we say about Milwaukee,
huh?
Because I remember back in the day, man, the thing that I couldn't get used to, especially moving when I went to the PNW, I was not used to see Milwaukee had an upper middle class black population. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to Port MVP or you go to Comfort Zone where you know what I'm saying?
My nigga, that's Comfort Zone. I ain't heard the Comfort Zone in a minute.
How old I am.
My cousin Cadillac Fred used to be in there.
No, you're right. But you know, there was one point where black people had the highest standard of living in this country in the city of Milwaukee. It did have a black middle class that was thriving. And actually, it's really, there's still a sense of that here today. It's a lot of black people who are doing well financially. They get money, they have jobs, they have businesses, they doing pretty well. It's like Serena said, you have to know those people. You don't just you don't just happen up on them because they keep themselves protected. They go in places that are safe. They hang around other people who are safe. So, you know, I still think, I know a lot of brothers and sisters who are doing well here, who have nice homes, who are, you know, live a good lifestyle. So,
you have to work.
And then I know some here who are straight up poor as hell and struggling. and can't escape from the circle of poverty and degradation. I know that as well, but I think every city has that. You know what I mean? So I don't think
They do.
we
I
shouldn't get a
agree with
black
you.
eye for it. But one problem here is that we're not progressing. I think we're trending in the wrong direction. So that's the issue. We ain't progressing like we should here. We're not moving in a direction where 10, 15 years from now is going to be really good for us. If we keep up the current trends, it's going to be worse because gentrification is going to come in here and erase a lot of what our parents worked very hard to establish.
That's exactly why they ain't fixing it, because they want to buy it cheap.
Kerry said that's when we had all the good paying factory jobs. Exactly. Well, when that industrial structure collapsed, so went the local economy. She said, this is Serena saying, when Clinton was in office, everyone was getting money. America was recovering from some harsh recessions under Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill really did bring some things to fruition in terms of people being able to progress. I know as far as going to school, and people might look at it as a bad thing now, but Bill Clinton, that money, when you went to go to school back then, it was flowing. That's why I never even seen no United Negro College Fund. I don't even know what that was. Like, all you had to do was a FAFSA. So, just brothers was getting money going to school. Like, it was there. She said there's no unity. It said, you see the housing market. The housing market is pretty bad here, but it's bad everywhere. The economy in the United States of America is bad. Black people, and I don't care what city, what state you go to in this country, if you go to the neighborhoods where it's a majority Black people, it's bad. It's crime, it's drugs, it's poverty, it's bad. You can't name a city where there's a Black Nirvana. I'm waiting. Now, can you go to some places where there's more opportunities in terms of being able to get a job and pull yourself out? Yeah. If you got work experience, if you got education, if you got certifications, but you can't just be no bottom tier poor person and go somewhere and overnight you're wealthy because you left the city.
And that goes back to what you were speaking of last week, Kevin, why it is so important. And I tell young people this, I tell my employees this, and all of these things. It's not necessarily about college, but it is important to be educated. And if you are educated, you can have a trade. Like you said, you could do something and get certifications, you get experience, or you get a 4-year degree, depending upon the field. But if you are educated, you will do better in life on average than a person that is undereducated or underschooled. I see it all the time because I can pay John over here $15 an hour to start doing something that, let's just say Sam wants the same job. I'm gonna have to pay Sam at least $17.50, $18 maybe. You know what I mean? Same kind of thing. That's why, like, when you hire people, you know this, Kevin, you literally have a gauge. You have a starting point. This is the lowest you'll go, and this is the highest you'll go. And you usually, obviously, business, not to offend nobody that hears this, you go as low as possible. You want to get the most you can get and pay the least so you can make the most profit. Because in business, your biggest issue or financial stuff is always your overhead. That costs you the most. So when you do that, if you have a person that's more educated or has more skills, you're going to pay him more, is my point. So I love when you bring that up, because people need to, like you said, to have that nirvana you're speaking of, and to have these places like in Arizona where you got freaking Maricopa and a couple other communities where these Black, and I went up there. My cousin lives up there. She lives in Scottsdale, but she has a friend that lives there. Man, it's a couple of nice Black neighborhoods there. You know what I mean? Where they say the average Black family comes there, they just do well. Jobs, opportunity. But the one thing that they all have in common, y'all, is that they're educated. All of it. So
somebody still got us on speakerphone because that interference is kicking my ass in my ear.
It's killing you. Huh?
It's killing me. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Kerry Walker Jones says we have too many Black leaders that do the white thing. I just think we have leaders here who are not good leaders. And they're not bad people. They're not bad people. They're just not good leaders. There's a lot of groupthink here. Milwaukee is a city of silos, and most places, most Black America is a most of our cities are cities of silos. Like it's my group, it's my organization, it's my family, it's my friends, as opposed to who's the most qualified or who is, the right person for the job. And so I think here we have a lot of the same thing. There's a lot of groupthink, and they're going to pass that around in their own circle and say, look, I'm going to hire my friend. I'm going to hire somebody I know. So, yeah, I think I don't know that they do the white thing. Some of them do. You get a little bit of money, you feel a little bit whiter, right? The more money you get, the whiter you get, right? Like, so every time you make a certain amount of money, your skin lightens a little bit for some people. I just think that what we have here is a lot of people who are highly educated and highly capable leave the state, or they leave and don't come back because there's a lack of opportunity here. Like, we talking about how many Fortune 500 company headquarters do we have here? And the ones that we do have, how many people of color do they hire outside secretary, security, and janitors? Those opportunities are not here. So, you go to Chicago, you go to a Minneapolis, you go out to Arizona, you go to different places. There's more opportunity for people, and people go where opportunity is. That's how we all got here in the first goddamn place. Opportunity. That's why we left the South. So, but I think what you do is you do the best to make yourself airtight.
Yep.
Take care of your business. I think if you ain't shit here, you ain't gonna be shit somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Like, if you up here and you just dysfunctional, you ain't gonna go somewhere else and there's gonna be some pixie dust sprinkled on you, and all of a sudden you become this enlightened divine person. I think it's a mindset. And I heard somebody saying poverty, being poor, is not necessarily about how much money you have, it's a mindset. Like, poor is a state of mind, like it's existing in a subpar existence. Like the fact that they say cleanliness is next to godliness. And like I always say, my mom used to always tell me, I might be poor, but I'm not dirty, right? Like, so she'll say, just because you poor don't mean you gotta be dirty. Clean up. And we got our poorest neighborhoods, they don't clean up. It's trash. It's all kinds of shit just all over the place. And people don't understand. If you cleaned up and it looked better and it smelled better, it would feel better.
Yeah, what?
And people would be less likely to do whatever because it looked better, as opposed to, man, don't nobody over here give a shit, so I'm just gonna do what I do. So, but that's just one of the steps we have to take in our community. So I don't want to preach to people. This is Serena.
Let me for that little kick. Because even though we have our issues in the community, man, and like you said, it's poverty, but you got to realize we also we the most exploited. They don't go over to West Virginia and see what they doing over there. I'm up for that thing. Inbreeding, mental retardation. They don't. Shit, dude. They just exploit the shit out of us. They don't go to the rural areas. You see all this shit going on where, motherfuckers having sex with their daughters and shit like that, man. We just the most exploited. Ain't nothing wrong with us, man. They do the same shit. And in the other poor community. That's bullshit.
What if I said this to everybody in this city right now? We could make this so much of a better place.
Absolutely.
It's going to take all of us to do it. It could happen. This could become a place where there's opportunity. This could become a place where there's nice neighborhoods and there's strong communities. We could do that, but it's going to take us to do it instead of just talking about it. So a lot of people talk about it, but they're not really about the action. Like I said, if we put more pressure on our leadership, especially the black ones, to produce results, and if we showed them, if you don't produce, you will be out of office. We're not reelecting you. But we don't do that. Our voter turnout is low. We see people driving down the street, you drive behind somebody, all of a sudden a paper bag come out the window, and I've seen people throw whole meals out the window driving down the street like, damn, it's chicken bones.
That's job security though, Kev. That's job security.
Chicken bones and corn on the cob hitting the ground, and I'm like, well, you just gonna throw that out the window like that? Like, so we have to take more pride in where we live at, and we have to demand more from our elected officials, and we have to be vocal, because we can complain and complain and complain, and if they sit down and say, well, what do you want us to do? And people go silent. Make it better. How? You got if you're gonna go if you got a list of asks, you have to have a list of answers as well. So I don't think it's the curtain is up on Black America, but until Black communities circle the wagons and say, look, we're gonna make it better for us in our community, then I don't think it's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times we're waiting on some magician to come and wave a wand and fix everything for us. Right? Like we think overnight we're gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be all good. Well, it takes a lot of hard work and persistence to make things better. That's how our great grandparents and our grandparents made things better. Hard work and persistence. That's how they was able to overcome, as the song says. She says, this is Serena, she says, too much talking. How long? Because ain't nothing changed. Well, some things have changed. Some for the better, some for worse. Things have changed. You know, I think we're in a better place now than we were in 1957. Now people say, well, them was the days when them were the good old days. Well, what was good about them? So, and if you look at those those neighborhoods, some of the poor Black neighborhoods had the same problems that they got right now. So we haven't had good old days, but I think we're in a better position in a lot of places right now because of of time and how much progress has been made by people who have put in that work. So you really have to look at yourself and say, am I working to make my community better? Am I an asset of my community, or am I a liability? And you have to look into what that actually means. Are you raising your family? Are you raising your children? Are you working hard? Are you keeping your space clean and safe? If you're not, then you're a liability to the community. You're not an asset. So that's pretty much where we are as a community. I think we just got to put more work into doing the right thing. I keep saying it. Black people be worried about the wrong shit. We worried about whether or not somebody's really a gangster or not. As opposed to saying, I'm gonna vote for a politician, I should be worried about whether they're a real politician or not, or a real leader or not. We don't worry about that.
It's Tuesday in Iran, so I'm want to know what's going on. Anyway.
I don't know. I would have to get off and look at the news.
Read Carrie's comment.
She said a motherfucker rode past and threw a whole bag of McDonald's on my lawn. Shit pissed me off.
Who does that?
I got the plate numbers and the ring caught them doing it. Got them a fat ass ticket. Yeah. They just said snitches.
Man, I'm not going through all that shit, man. That's just like they just fine dude all that money for dumping them tires. You know what I'm saying?
And you should be fined for dumping tires. Like you just gonna pull up on.
If it weren't for motherfuckers throwing trash out, if it weren't for people throwing trash out the motherfucking windows, the city people wouldn't even have a job. So then if we got the Lily Clean City and shit, then people be like, well, we gotta lay off sanitation workers because our trash, we'd be bitching about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know. I just be looking at it.
I don't think they'd lay off sanitation workers because the city was clean. I don't think they do that. I don't think so.
I don't know. I know it's just certain shit to catch my eye and certain shit. And I'll be like, that's just like, like if I walk my dog and there's shit on your grass. I'm not picking up no dog shit. I'll run. I'll be gone. I was a serial dog shitter. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, in the 80s and shit, I was growing up, man, we ain't motherfuckers weren't picking up no doo-doo on no grass.
Well, see, now that's where we talk about disagreeing, because that's one person I can't stand. Don't let your dog shit in my yard and keep walking. You know what? Because if you do that, if you do that and I put some poison down and your dog come in my yard and eat that rat poison and die, then you're gonna be salty.
You'll be super mad.
Right. Clean up after your damn dog. I don't want to step in your dog's shit. That's horrible. Come on, man. Like,
what if I don't even have a dog and I step in your dog's shit? That'll make me way more mad.
So, but when I start sprinkling,
I'll step the dog shit on concrete before.
When I start putting poison down, if I see you letting your little dog shit in my yard and you think it's funny, when he come up there and start sniffing around and he sniffs some fentanyl and his little ass die right there on the street, You pick him. You'll pick him up, pick his body up, and take it with you. You'll learn your lesson.
Yeah, you stupid as a motherfucker, dude. Well, I just know I don't pick up no dog shit. I'm gonna be honest. That's it. It's a shit.
Or I
said,
go get me a big ass.
About.
I give me a big ass killer ass dog, and when I see you coming, I let my dog out and he come eat your little schnauzer the fuck up. That's what I'm saying.
Why
man.
do you have scenarios?
Because I don't like bullies, and I don't like people who gonna shit on somebody else.
Either, actually, but that's funny.
Shit on somebody else, so because you think you got rights, you don't have a right to violate somebody else. We all have to respect each other.
What's that big dog? The ones that got like them huge heads, killer or something. I forgot what they're called, but man, them dogs like fucking kill somebody. Oh, somebody got called in.
Ewok, what it do, man?
Man, Dion a nasty motherfucker that don't deserve to have a motherfucking dog, man. You don't do no
man, I ain't picking up no dog shit. You hear me?
That's part of the job, man.
Who says that?
You can't let
I don't remember. No, listen, I'm 48 years old, and I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. I don't recall ever seeing anybody pick up no dog shit when they walk their dog.
Cane Corso.
They was wrong too. Goddamn it!
White people start doing this
shit.
Dog shit is fertilizer.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Clean that damn dog shit up. Don't nobody want to come out their house and see that shit, man. That's nasty as a motherfucker, man.
Man,
anybody who don't pick up their dog, that dog shit shouldn't have a damn dog, man. That shit nasty as a motherfucker. Well, don't have a dog.
Doing it.
Well, it's just like
that's why I got a little dog. I ain't gonna lie, motherfucker do that. I'm hitting straight with the water hose. I'm spraying this shit out you. Man,
somebody gonna be there shot you and the dog. Keep fucking around. You gonna run across the wrong motherfucker, man. Don't nobody.
Man, I ain't picking up no boo boo. You hear me?
Well, I tell you what. It's like I said. It's like I said. You want to be walking through the neighborhood with your dog and he's shitting or pissing all over the place. When somebody leaves something special for that dog, and by the time you get home, that motherfucker stiff as a board, then you take and bury your little pooch. You can't.
That just show you how people discriminate, because it's cats out here. It's a million cats running around. And what do you think they shitting at? They loose. They stray cats. What do you think they shitting at?
If I see a stray cat shitting in my yard, Dion. If I see a stray cat shitting in my yard, I'm gonna have a BB gun or a pellet gun the next time his ass is in my yard, and he will get assaulted. So he will.
Nobody want to pick up nobody else's dog shit on a house that they didn't or renting.
Yeah,
it's the person in the house responsibility to come pick up your dog shit. Is that what you saying?
I ain't picking up no dog.
You sound crazy than a motherfucker, man. I'm gonna shoot you out of that dog.
I just think everybody in the neighborhood should take their dog to Dion's house and let them shit in the car.
I was a serious. That was when my dog. See, the difference is that's when I used to walk my pit.
Crazy as hell.
My pit she got 3 legs now, so I don't walk her no more. But we used to walk in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not picking up no dogs. Man, I'm gone. She shit on somebody's grass. I'm like, hey. She still shit. I run off. She catch me. Shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not picking up no dog shit. I'm old school, man. Fuck that shit. I ain't picking up no dog.
Yeah, okay. Don't nobody want to come out their house. It ain't the homeowner's responsibility to pick up your dog shit, man.
Carrie Walker says that's the problem. That's the problem. That Chicago shit. She said it's called a pooper scooper. No touch. Sharita Shaw's in the chat room. She said, late as hell, but I'm here and I love you all. Shout out to you, Sharita. Thanks for tuning in. Sharina said, what kind of dog? He has a 3-legged pit. So, yeah. And Dion got them little poodles and shit. Little wiener
you
dog.
Can't even see they doo-doo.
Right.
Yeah, you can't even see them little shih tzus. You can't see they shit.
Yeah,
we step and shit up. We step with blood. We step on needles and shit. Like a little dog.
Ain't no needles in my fucking yard. And if I catch somebody leaving needles in my yard, it's hell to take to the captain. Just like it ain't no dog shit in my yard. Because if I see you with a dog and I notice, and I see you with a dog and I notice the dog is just, I'm gonna come to my door and say, hey, excuse me, Can you pick your dog shit up? Now, if you want to get smart and get slick, that's fine. Because there's one good turn deserves another. I might know where you live. And when I see you let little pootie tang out in the yard running around, I might decide to throw a piece of meat over the fence. Like, don't make me be savage. So, that's what I'm saying. Respect me, I respect you. So I'm just saying, that dog can be dealt with too. Because I can roll something up and put it in the doggy treat and leave it in the yard. So when he comes sniffing around and look for somewhere to shit, he find him a snack and eat it. By the time he get home and all that shit get to exploding in his damn stomach.
This nigga,
he gone to heaven, Kim.
That's right. Yeah,
he has multiple scenarios on how not to fuck with him and his lawn.
I guess we just.
It ain't really about the lawn. It's about respect. Like respecting.
Yeah, it's disrespectful to
that's got.
You got to respect people. If you won't respect, you got to give respect, and that goes across the board. And that's why anytime I've never liked bullies. I don't like people who think that they have the right to violate you so that they can get ahead. That's why I don't like thieves. Like, how you not gonna work and then steal some shit from somebody who does work? That person works hard to get their shit, and you think you can just go take it. So I've never liked those kinds of people, and I think those are people who are detriment to the community, man. Like, you have to, what they say, the word inside a community is common unity. We all have to respect each other in order for this thing to work, man. So we're going to get out of here tonight. It's 10:12. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to everybody who shares the show. I really appreciate you all. We'll be back Wednesday to talk more about what's going on overseas with this war, with this crazy ass president, what's going on in our crazy ass city, the crazy violence that we still have no answer for, and this ratchet economy that we're living in where nobody knows what the hell is going on. You don't know A from B. And in the foundational black community, are we ever going to be able to get this thing together? Terry Walker says that's the problem with these young people. They think they can disrespect you about your shit. Some young and some old too, right? We just heard with Dion talking about letting his dog shit in your yard. That's an old thug right there. Like, fuck it, go on shit on his porch. Like, who cares? So, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out to the witch doctor. He got pissed early and bailed out. I think he thought we was trying to.
What happened to him?
I think he thought we were trying to discredit what he was saying. The only thing we were saying was somebody left a comment that was written kind of crazy, and we were laughing at how it was written because we didn't understand what it meant. I think he was trying to explain what it meant, but like I was telling him, I would rather have that brother explain what it meant if he was listening to the show. If you write a comment and the comment goes haywire, just explain what you meant. It happens all the time. So,
well, I was gonna say really quick. The comment was the way you blacks pick and choose y'all let handle you all is special. It just, I know it probably just messed up on him. Like, we weren't really clowning him because everyone does it. And that's kind of where I came from. So I definitely wasn't trying to clown OG. That's my guy, man. I wasn't trying to clown him at all.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this: in the world we live in, any and everybody can be disagreed with.
Yeah,
people disagree with me all the time. I don't take it personal.
No.
So if somebody agrees with you or disagrees with you, it's pretty much the same thing. So, but shout out to him and shout out to everybody else who's rocking with the Outlaws, man. It's good to be back, man. And like I said, I'll see y'all Wednesday, man. Until then, man, keep your head on the swivel and be safe, man. Peace and love.
All right, yeah.